he was one of the people that I knew his name before I knew him, and I didn't know him as a musician, you know, as an artist. I knew him as somebody who commented on Al Shipley's government name.
Yeah.
And every time that he would comment, I'd be like, who the hell is this guy? He's so fucking smart. Like, yes. And then when I met him, I was like, and he was up there, and I was like, that's Pendragon? What?
You knew him for a while. You got Pendragon.
Right. Now it's just Dragon.
Yeah.
Shots Dragon.
But I mean, I was going back and saw my pictures. And of course, there you guys are. Sonar.
Oh man.
At Sonar.
Yeah, about to say
Yes.
It's a wild nights in Sonar. Shout out to Sonar.
Yes.
I'm giving out shout outs today.
Billy Live, and shout out to him because people got to know a lot of people. You know, like I got pictures, like I was really just going back and I was just like, wow.
Hey, shout out to Billy because he was one of my favorite promoters because he would have, I mean, granted, you still probably had to sell tickets during one of his shows, but he'd have 100 motherfuckers coming out just for him.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right, and that way you can make new fans.
Exactly. I think that's real. That's a real promoter. Like,
right.
You shouldn't have to rely on the artists to do that. Yeah, definitely. A lot of people know of us because of Billy.
Well, tonight he's actually on, because he's got a tour where he's doing. So tonight he's actually in Delaware. He's in Wilmington, Delaware tonight.
He's moving.
He is, like, I can't keep up.
I respect him, man. Like,
you know, even when he does stop, like every now and again he'll disappear. Because he'll be going through something, so he'll kind of disappear. But it really doesn't stop. Wisdom Court just keeps moving.
Right.
And
he built the company.
I thank him for coming to me and asking me to be a part of that. And I still do. I still go out to shows and stuff. I haven't really been going out to too many shows lately. I'm just too tired right now. I'm just like.
What shows are there?
Shows. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I can say that. Me and Scar had a conversation. We both just dropped albums.
Shout out to Scar.
I'll leave that alone.
Shout out to everybody.
We had a really good conversation.
Okay, we didn't have a who was it that dropped albums at the same time, and it was on purpose. And
him and Scar Ogun.
That was a real.
Me and Street was just talking about that.
Scar Ogun.
I'll never forget that. That was promo at his finest show.
I really thought they was beefing.
Yeah,
but see what y'all didn't realize is how they could beef when they was roommates.
Right.
See, I didn't know that.
Right,
I didn't know that.
Right. They were roommates. They were roommates at the time.
Something new.
Yeah, they were roommates. They were roommates at the time. That's why I thought it was the funniest thing in the world because everybody really thought they was beefing, and I'm sitting there going, "These idiots!" But it was the
smart.
Best. Yes.
So smart.
It's somebody who get poet in.
But
shout out to Scar.
I hope this thing doesn't start playing because sometimes this thing that's there it goes. With this computer, when you download music, it downloads it and then it starts trying to play it. So I have to try and catch it. Hi, love. How you doing? There's a chair there. There's some M&M's.
Straight in for the
You will be the first one.
They pass that slotted bowl over here real quick.
See, I thought about you.
The last time you came through with the Skittles.
Right.
Or was it the Starburst?
And Starburst.
Starburst and Skittles.
Yeah.
Yup. Okay, hold up. You don't need to play that just yet.
Community M&Ms.
Right. You know I got to have some kind of treat for y'all. We in the new building. I know you guys been here.
You outside.
I was talking to Zay. I thought y'all was talking about Fulton. Album plug right there. What's the word? How you feeling?
All right.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sagging it in these streets.
Huh?
Sagging it in these streets.
Oh yeah.
$5.99.
$5.99 songs, straight fingers.
Somebody dropped an Eminem.
Eminem. So you were saying that you and Scar both dropped albums at the same time. Did you see where he just handed his to Nas?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that was monumental.
That's shit though. So that's why of course he's gonna do stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's always in position.
Well, you go ahead and you go ahead and tell your Scar story, and then I'll tell you how he almost got me thrown out of Summer Jam.
I don't want to say what was going on yet.
Oh, okay.
Just know we had a conversation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, see, now.
Now you can tell your story about getting kicked out of Summer Jam. Go on.
Proceed.
Well, I was asked by 92Q to cover Summer Jam. That was a big deal for me. Might not be a big deal for nobody else, but it was a big deal for me. So I'm there, and there's hardly anybody there yet, of course. So and then you look up, and there's Kelson and Lil Black, and there's some other people up there. All of a sudden, I feel somebody put their hand on my shoulder. Well, me being my natural, I jumped, turned around, look, it's Scholar. I already seen him outside. We had already hugged, talked, and everything else. He took my camera, took my picture, all that stuff, because that's what he does.
Right.
So I'm standing there, and I looked, and I was like, well, he was like, I'm trying to get their attention. He was talking about Kelson or Little Black or somebody. I was like, all right. So as I'm turning around to try to get their attention, this old man that was standing there, security guard, was like, you can't stand here. You can't stand here. So I was like, okay, just chill, just wait a minute, you know, because he wasn't doing anything. He was just standing there on the other side of the gate. So he was like, and I'm trying to take care of two things at once. Yeah. So I was like, why do they always think that I'm up to something, that I'm going to hurt somebody? And then he smiled with that Joker grin. I mean, that's why right there. So he walked away, and the security guard was like, well, you know, I can have him kicked out of here. And I was like, okay, calm down. Like, he was just trying to get their attention because he knows them.
Shout out to Top Flight.
Yeah, exactly.
Top of the world, Fred. What a word.
But shout out to Scar for, I noticed that he always take your camera and take pictures of you, because you don't ever get in no pictures.
You know, it's not that I don't get into pictures. When I want to get into pictures, nobody seems to remember that I want to get into, like there's certain people that I do want to get into pictures with. There's certain artists that I want my picture taken with. But when I turn around and go, can you take the picture? There's nobody there.
Hell no.
For one,
that's how I go. When you end up getting that one person that don't know how to take a picture, and it be blurry, you look at it later, you be like, man.
That's why I take the picture, I take the camera, and I set it all up, and I look, and I put it on manual focus. That way they don't mess it all up, and say, here, just push this button right here. That's all you gotta do. So it's no cutting off my head. It's nothing like that. You see, I got a picture with David Banner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a picture with David Banner. I was in New Orleans. Yeah. And Raheem Devon. He walked in too. And,
you say he's such a genuine, sweet person.
Huh?
You say he's such a genuine,
he really was, because he kept looking at me, because I was standing there and I'm not. If David Banner could see what was going on inside, it was a whole frenzy mess, because this is David Banner. I've loved David Banner since Cadillacs on 22. Sheesh. You know, I love David Banner when he stood up for what he believed in and said, I'm not going to sell myself out no more. I'm going to do what I want to do. And then with the whole, because I actually had somebody ask me about, because I love the guide box. I have the guide box on my phone, and I had to buy, a copy of the guide box while I was there. Yeah, so he could sign it, which he did, and so I could meet him. And somebody asked me, said, well, what do you think about the guide box? I was like, I think it's genius. Well, what do you think about him, the way he talks about white people? I said, I'm not them white people, though. That's the difference. Right. How he's talking about people is not me. Right. Like, I'm just as infuriated about things as he is. I know, they acting goofy as I don't know what. They realize they all on camera, right?
You gotta get the post right. They know what's up.
So, I do like my picture taken every now and again. If I want my picture taken. I just don't like people coming to me, Lisa, get a picture. No, I don't want to get a picture. But Scar always takes my camera every time I see him. He's like, give me a camera. I'm like, come on, Scar. Then he wants to try to be like, take it this way and this way.
Trying to get the angles right.
Right. I'm like, no.
That's a man with craft,
But he is one of my. It's like every year, and for his birthday, he drops an album. He does the whole album release show, and so. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to be. I'm sure I'm going to be at the next one too.
You are.
I know. I'm sure.
Shout out to Scott.
Right.
TAGMG4life.com.
All right.
So so you dropped the flood. Like I said, I've seen some responses as far as the feedback on it. Have you all gotten like feedback from? I mean, I already know. I don't even have to listen to it to know that it's good, but I already know that it's good because I know. Is all the production done by this man? Really?
No.
Okay.
This is where it gets tricky.
Nah, so of course, you know, I do some.
That's another thing. That's why I call you all a collective.
Yeah.
Because you're pretty well contained. You know what I mean? Like
Right. Right.
producing, graphics, you know,
Recording,
everything.
video,
You know what I mean?
everything.
All that shit you can do in your life. If you're living, we probably covered that shit.
Right.
Only thing,
Check this out.
probably, one of the few things we probably don't do anymore, only because it grew so fast, was the merchandise.
Right.
Like, honestly, truth be told, Joe and his team was making like the early mock-ups of the TAGMG merch and shirts and stuff like that. But everything grew so fast once we started jumping out there with the first round of joints of songs, we couldn't keep up with it. We couldn't
Right.
keep up. So
We had to outsource.
Outsource it. So that's probably one of the few things that we outsource. And I'll tell you a funny story about our distributor.
Speaking of flooding.
Like, there's a reason why it's not on iTunes.
Thank you for
Google Play,
explaining
and all
this.
that. Nah, no.
They need to know. They need to know because I get hounded for this.
Our distributor, I'm not gonna say it, but we received an email saying they can't release any more of our songs.
Why?
One of the reasons, possible reasons, was because of flooding. We
They
outworked our
quoted
distributor. They couldn't keep up with us, so they dropped everything they wanted to do, except for the music we already have out now. So we have to go to a new distributor now, which will be before the weekend's over.
Of course.
And the album will be out. Yeah, the album will be out soon for everyone else to buy right now.
Really?
Right now, I need the people to go to TAGMGFlight.com.
It's only
Because the
$5.99.
streaming and everything, people don't know anything about streams. They pay the artist the least amount, talking like a
Yes.
fraction of a penny. I actually do like
Spotify
billions
is,
of views
5
to
cents.
be rich
Yeah.
off my music.
And
Right.
Tidal is-
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
heard that. I heard that,
Yeah.
and I actually read that on an article because I have nothing to do with music. I don't write music. I don't make music. I don't do none of that stuff. But when it comes to anything to deal with business, I will look it up and I will read up on it. And I read the same thing where it says that the streams they pay the least amount.
Oh yeah.
The least.
So while yes, it's nice for everyone to have easy access to our music, and we want everybody to hear it. That's always the mission. But as far as like just us growing a business, it's best if the people, if you really rock with us, go to our website. It's kind of for $5.99. That helps us more directly as opposed to just spreading the thing thin.
'Cause
we
even-
grow this company even more with y'all support and everything. Because y'all support
Right.
us so much right now. We appreciate it. So all we keep asking for our supporters and people that really rock with us, keep spreading the word. Let people know.
It's more personal.
Yeah, even if you heard the album, then tell somebody else. Let them hear the album too, and then tell them where
That's-
they get it.
yo, that's the thing.
best way. Word of mouth is
Word
getting
of
us
mouth.
so far. People think like, how are they doing that? It's word of mouth. As long as we keep coming with a good product and we're out there, computer.
It's because I'm trying to change the damn date. It said it was on Friday. I was like, hold up. I know it's not Friday.
Yeah, word of mouth is the best promotion ever.
Right.
Like, that is definitely
And I always encourage the people that rock with me. I'm like, all right, put your peoples on. Like, why you ain't riding around playing my CD? You know what I'm saying? We got songs on iTunes and stuff. So if that's what you listening to, you don't got CDs in your car. You can just type in TAGMG. Why you ain't putting your people
But on
on?
the side note, luckily we do pretty well with streams too.
You definitely do pretty well.
However,
Them pennies adding up.
It's just trying to grow, trying to grow
Right,
this thing
right.
out.
I
We
mean,
hustling, on a smaller scale, independent.
And I've seen that it's only what, $5.99?
Yup.
$5.99.
So really, when you break it down, you only really paying for the bonus songs. Cause we drop the song every Friday for 10 weeks.
Right.
On retail every week, a single like a real.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
real chart.
the 10th
chart
week,
single.
the only way you can get the 10th song is if you bought the whole album, and plus the 3 bonus songs.
Right.
And then well, yeah, you really only paying for the bonus songs. You know,
Right.
it's fair. $5.99.
I think it's like when I seen it was only $5.99. I was like, oh, I ain't got $5.99 right now because I don't get paid until the 3rd of the month. So you know, I will be getting that, and it'll be on my phone just like everything else.
What kind of phone? Oh, all right.
You know, right there, Samsung.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow, 'cause he's about to-
I got an Android.
Team Android. Shout out to Android.
But thing, trying to restart and everything else. See, the computer always does this to me.
Especially when we show up.
Well, at least now the plug is over here, and so Jace won't be unplugging it when he's walking out. You know, like twice.
It was him first.
It was him, yeah, but okay.
I think the second time.
Right.
Don't just point me out. Don't point him.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right. I wish you could have seen his face just then. He was like, oh, wait a minute. He was like, oh. He was like, wait a minute.
I did it at the end.
Right.
Don't you do this to me?
Right. He was like, yeah.
That was a bad setup though.
Yeah, it was.
The way it was.
It was.
Or maybe where we were standing.
No, it was, because I would knock it out too. Because,
You try to throw me under the bus.
I did. The new MTA buses and everything. Somebody else trying to come in. But yeah, so I think it is. I mean, it's a decent price. It's an easy price. It's $5.99. I mean, shit.
I want to see somebody complain about the price. Like,
I just was.
They just gonna not buy it before they complain.
Man, get out of here with that bullshit, man. Get out of here.
Come on, Jay.
$5.99. You know what I'm saying? You know I can get with that. You know people say that.
No,
I can get with that.
Jace will go. Somebody will complain about it. Jace will say something, and Dro will get blocked.
That's how I go.
It won't be on his phone. He still won't. It won't find his page.
And block him.
It's on my page. He still get blocked.
Yeah. It's because it's the funniest thing because Dro just be posting shit to be hilarious, and I just be liking that shit. And then here comes somebody be like, "Well, I really don't think that was really funny."
Somebody else be up there like, "Bitch."
Oh, and I'll just be sitting there, I'll just be strolling, and I'll be reading, and I'll be just like, oh.
You going in?
Yeah, and then Dro is nowhere on the post.
I'm following my own
Dro
purpose.
is at TAGMGforlife.com. So when that goes on, that's where he is.
Exactly. Thank you.
Don't worry now.
Thank you.
Don't worry, man.
Don't worry now.
You know what upsets me though? When I tell all my friends, I'm like, yo, got an album coming out, and they're like, how much? And I tell them the price. I can't get it for free. You know what I'm saying? Like people.
Come on.
If you're my friend, you want to see me succeed. You want to buy it.
But you know what? You get the most love from people who
don't know you. And that's true.
Shout out to Amber Lynn. I don't know her from a can of paint, but she followed me today out of nowhere, and right after that, she was like,
shout out to Amber.
She was like, I need this song on my playlist ASAP. And I told her where to go to get it. Whole lot. Then she went back and she found Super Solid. She said, fire. Like she was on my post for like a good 20 minutes just commenting. Yeah, shout out to Amber Lynn.
Hey, shout out to Rudy Gay too.
Oh yeah, Rudy Gay. Shout out to Rudy Gay. He just showed Jay some love. Jay shouted him out on the whole lotta song, and
he showed love to it.
So out of nowhere. So it don't even sound right.
Right, it don't sound right. But
no man goes past your name. It don't even sound right.
He said it quick too.
For real, it don't have dreams.
That's all I was hating on.
Yeah, man.
TAGMG for life.
I can only imagine what it's like when you guys get together to brainstorm,
it's nothing but
to
love.
record. Y'all probably
It's family, man. So even we not making music, it's just always a good time when we hang around each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's natural, what we do, or everything's organic.
I swear on everything, you just want to get it.
Yeah, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Listen, one is neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Neighborhood.
West side, Baltimore, you know what I mean?
Master POE.
You know, I'm just agreeing with my brothers. Like, we've been together for a long time, so any of us could just shut up the whole interview and be like, yeah, yo, I feel you.
Yeah, I feel you. Right there. Right
no,
there. Doing something,
he's doing something. He's like, all right, you know,
They be chill, man.
Right. The last time y'all was here, we just been, you gonna say something? Nah. I'm good. He's like, nah, I'm good.
I talk.
Yeah.
I rap too, so.
He produced too.
And he draw.
And he's a designer.
He's an artist. A real artist.
So,
man.
I know you all, I know a couple of y'all seen where I had screenshotted where I got an email, I got a message from YouTube. I got one for Big Steve, and then turn around, I got one for you guys. Which, you know what, I was happy to see. Because that meant y'all got your copyright together.
You gotta get the bag. You gotta get the bag. They gonna try to take the bag. They gonna keep trying to take it if you don't got your copy, right?
Right. So when I got that, I screenshot. I was happy as shit, and I just posted it up. I was like. And it was no words that need to be said. Now Steve was like, "What do I gotta do?" I was like, "Nothing. It's just letting me know that the song is copyrighted."
Yeah, business.
Right.
Because
Well, now A-Gang.
Chris Marcel has sent me. He did a remix to that damn song by Cardi B.
Yeah.
And he did a remix to it, and that shit was just awesome. And I got a copyright thing on that.
So who's that?
Chris Marcel.
Oh yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, he go.
So I got a copyright thing, about that too, because that song is copywritten. But I don't play, I only play local artists on my show. So when I seen, Steve was the first one that popped up. And then you guys popped up. I was like, yo, I'm loving this. They're not gonna shut me down. It's just let me know that I couldn't make any money off of that video.
You can monetize that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it. And I was like,
you really wanted the song, you're gonna plug it.
Right. It's already in your email.
Right. So, so I was really like, that may sound crazy to some people. You got a copyright notice? Yeah, I got a copyright notice. Well, I'm happy about that, because that means you guys are where you need to be, how you need to be.
On the business level, yeah.
Right. Because there's too many people in this scene that they just don't know anything about this business whatsoever. To this day, this is 2017, and you can ask them, ASCAP BMI, well, what's that? Oh, Jesus, Lord.
The fact that that's still a problem says a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Even when you hear people talking about it, sometimes it doesn't spark the idea for a person to say, oh shit, maybe I should go be registered.
Right.
So why play me like that? Because if you don't have it, and if I ask you that question, hold on, folks, excuse me.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Talk to him. Your ass can't be mine. Your answer to me is.
Turn that fan up if you want to.
Hell yeah. Oh.
Just turn it down.
No, if I ask you, because I get to run into a lot of other artists that want to work with me. But if I ask you, like, what's up with your ASCAP and your BMI, who you with, you say, well, I'm going to look into that. Conversation done. I already jumped out of it.
Yeah.
So
right.
just stay on your A game. Like, for real, there's so much money to be made. And a lot of people get it messed up where they search for that instant gratification and everything. People get confused, and just because you rap or just because you're an artist, if they see you in a certain light, oh, you made it. You made it. People think we're on for somebody reason. No, we're on for ourselves.
Always working.
We signed ourselves. I'm signed to me. Zay signed to Zay. All for the family, TAGMG. That's what we do. Yeah. However, what we're doing, I'm going to put it out there. What we're doing, every single person that I run across can literally. You got your website. How hard was that to do?
It was getting on my fucking nerves, but it's really not that hard.
But you got it, right?
Right. I got a couple of them that I've done myself.
No.
When did you die?
I'm still here.
Yeah. So it's that easy just to work people in comes back.
Right.
Like every other artist that I talk to should, but they don't really think that. So I want to tell them. It's so easy to look up at the distributor to talk to them, find out what's going on.
Like, I notice stuff, and I don't know if it's really what's going on, but I ask everybody, okay, because you guys have been in the scene just as long, if not longer than me. I see a turn, a difference in, okay, these the little young guys,
they booming right now. Shout out to the others. I actually a couple of them.
But do you realize that where you guys were, like, as far as like, okay, they've been in the scene for like maybe a year. When you guys were in the scene for like a year, you were doing show. They're doing YouTube videos.
Yeah, technology's different now.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I see that difference, and I don't see them performing. And then when I do see a lot of these young kids performing, they holding a microphone, but they're not. And they really don't have to, because they're doing over the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I know this because I really cannot stand somebody over the lyrics. Yeah. I'd rather if that's what you're going to do, then hand me your CD and I'll just go sing in my car.
That's only good when they got a crappy sound system.
True. I'm not against. I used to be so against it, but right now that I'm older, I'm not against when I see dudes rapping over the track and performing over their songs. Because you've been to these venues, right? That's what I'm saying. You know what the sound is. We performed at a show where we took the lyrics out so you can hear us and all that good stuff.
Everybody lost their voice.
We out there training because we can't tell from outside.
Because the monitors aren't, because there's no monitors right here. It's not like performing at Soundstage or Auto Bar where you got the monitors right there, where you got actual sound men, you know, because where's everybody?
Sound men is Put your lyrics. Go ahead, young shorty. Leave your lyrics in your video so they get the sound right.
The key is the DJ is not the sound guy. That's what they gotta understand.
Right. Yeah.
The DJ is not the sound guy. It's a whole different lane. Charles.
You gotta walk it off.
Shout out to Jace, TAGMG team coming. You got Charlie horse from sitting down.
You better eat some. You better get some potassium in your life.
He hoop every day.
Look, we both bananas. I don't know what else want to give it to me, but we gotta get some bananas.
That's the go-to.
That's the go-to.
Balls is life.
But if you also notice too, there's not like people. I don't see hardly any shows, and if there are shows, we're back to the holes in the walls, kind of. I mean, I'm not going to discredit any place, any business, but it's basically back to the holes in the walls where there's, no stage, no sound system. The DJ got to bring speakers, and we're right back to that again.
But you know what? Neighborhood speaks. I know I was quiet. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm just thinking about everything you're saying right now. Just looking at Baltimore, like how the city's growing, you starting to find young professionals who they're starting to reflect certain things on the television that's getting them going long enough to go in these directions. Because if you look back in the day, the young architects and different things were like 13, 16 and stuff, and they went into their trade right away. Right now, they done serenaded the kids with so much whack shit, but it's entertaining, because the whack shit is hitting under the good shit, that they don't have no drive. They're catching it later. It's systematically placed there for after college. After that shit, if they keep going, it's going to be like almost 30. So it's just like, now you got kids out here that's like, I don't need this. All these people made it without this. Right. I'm going to build this building. I'm going to start running this business. And through that, they start to grow and go into other professions. And people like us, we get to express ourselves. The platforms, they grow. You know what I'm saying? It's a team effort.
Right.
So like, if we looking at it, we gotta look at the whole dynamic of the city. Where it's at right now, it's just who's gonna take that step. Everybody's in a position. And Baltimore is all about how you move. You know, right or wrong place. It's all about how you move. So whoever got them relationships, get it going. You gotta be genuine. We might start the platform. You never know.
Right.
We talking about different things. We got a lot of shit going on. The neighborhood.
Neighborhood.
But TAGMGforlife.com.
Hey.
Skillet.
Hey.
Where you been?
Yo, Dro did a beat on that album too. We was talking about producers.
We ain't getting into that. You know what I'm saying? King Dro. Got a production credit on that.
Shout out to my young boy Chucky, my young protege Chucky. He got some actually, I co-produced one of his beats. So shout out to him. He got some credits on there. I mean, the next few projects after our debut album, The Wording comes later, because we talk about it, but it's still not out yet. It's still not out. So you had something. It's done. You had something to look forward to later.
Right.
We just felt like
we about to start on the next TAGMG album. Fuck it.
Yeah. It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time for us to drop the album yet. A lot of people are such in a rush. As soon as they record something, it's gotta come out.
Yeah.
It's gotta come out.
See, and that's what I was saying about just constantly putting music out there, and like I've gotten to the point now, like I made a post a few days ago where I was really cleaning out my friends list. And I took about almost 200 people off of my friends list. It was close to 200 people.
You was purging.
I had to. I had like over 1,800 friends on my Facebook page. That many people do not interact with me. And then, then I get tagged and stuff. And I'm like, y'all tagging me in this stuff. And y'all don't even like my stuff. Like, and then I've got people on there who, like, I'm cool with y'all because I seen you at the shows a few times or whatever, took some pictures of you. But why are you on my page? You should be over on my Ball Paparazzi page.
They want to watch. They want to see. This is what we learned. People just want to watch us.
Cool.
The music is cool. Everything is cool. But they want to see stuff. They want to see shit. I promise you this. The time we was up in New York for some business that we don't talk about, that we wiped it away. But we took a trip to New York that everyone kind of saw. So
I'll be paying attention. I told you.
Yeah. you can do those things, and everybody's so quick to. You know what? When those videos came out, I swear I got so many views on these videos for people that's been following me forever that has never liked the picture.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
they want to see what you're doing.
They want to see the work. That's why I don't mind showing them. I don't mind showing everything. I just be so proud.
Well, see,
so proud.
and that's like me. Like
it's work.
I get on my page and I say whatever the hell I want to say. Some days I'm in a good mood. Some days I'm in a bad mood. Some days I'm in a depressed mood.
Right.
I've had people say, "Oh, Lisa, you shouldn't be telling people." So I should be on my own page being fake and trying to be happy. No, I'm going to be Lisa.
Do what you supposed to
do. Screaming and redirecting to your business or anything. So if you're going to do that, good. And you keep those little lurkers, bring them in and get them off.
It's like I said, like I'm like, what the hell was that? But you know, it's
he like,
right, that's why I just looked at it.
For life.com.
Ice Cream Man video.
Ice Cream Man video is definitely doing numbers.
And all I did was I was like, okay, Scroll.
Ice Cream Man video definitely doing numbers.
I got that in my email in January 2000 and whatever.
Ice Cream Man video went up 1,000 views that day.
I bet
lied
it
to
did.
you not.
I bet it did.
I was promoting the shit out of it.
Yes, you were. and that was like, you know, like I said, he took something that was negative, and I told you on that post.
People saying I was doing too much.
No.
That was light.
Anybody that knows, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
But
shout out to 3D.
Me knowing Dro, and I knew that took a lot for him to do that. Dro is not the kind of person that he doesn't want altercations. He doesn't want all that. He doesn't want all that nonsense. He just likes to be laid back. So when you're like, yeah, I can't reach some M&Ms because I throw some M&Ms. I don't even know what the hell you just said.
It was towards me. Don't
I don't
worry
care
about it.
because he's being funny.
You know she can't reach it.
That's all right. I got the rest of them in my bag.
Oh, you got more.
But I knew.
Bring it back.
I knew that took a lot for him to do that. But I was proud of you for doing that because I'm not gonna let nobody sit up on social media and tarnish my name and my brand.
That's when it was a no-go.
You know what I mean? So, and I knew, and I was on the phone with your sister at the time, because you know I talked to her like every single day. So
you really your plug.
I know, right?
So we were on the phone. I'm on the phone, and she was like, I'm getting ready to say something. She was like, and the rest of the guys haven't seen this yet. Because as soon as you did, Jace was like, everybody was on, and I was like, oh, it was like, what's going on? Like, what? But I knew that is not something that, as a company, as a business, as artists, that you wanna do is to show yourself in a negative way.
Right.
But at the same time, you gotta protect your brand. And she was slandering you and saying outlandish bullshit ass shit, basically.
Yeah.
And
Ice Cream Man video, TAGMG for life.com.
I had the song like 2016.
I still got the picture of the ice cream truck if anybody want to buy it for like $5.
Oh god.
Right now, I will forward you the email right now.
So, what is like? What do you like? I know y'all just dropping and promoting this album that you just had.
Oh, you forgot about the video, man.
Oh, okay.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Hey, shout out to Mark Nash and shout out to Drag. I'm just trying to shout out to a couple people that's not present with us. Ace, Bing Baghdad, Westside Drizzle.
I'll tell you that.
Christian Tyler has a song with Lazy Bone coming out.
Oh my God.
She dropped 2 singles in one day. So one of them features me, some island record, and the other one is a record featuring Lazy Bone because we always.
How many? Do y'all even know how many members y'all really have? I mean,
like 50.
Might be 50.
Ain't working, I tell you that much.
It started on Fulton. It was birthed on Fulton, but everybody.
It's TAG.
Not from Fulton. Not everybody's from the West Side.
Right.
Everybody's from. It's a bunch of dudes, different people from different sides of town that somehow met up and became best friends. It's crazy.
They might have to pop put 50 niggas on the stomach, I think.
It's like some six degrees of separation type shit. But it's TAGMG members. It's not even artists though.
Right.
It's a lot of them. Shout out to Big Calves. I ain't even gonna go down the list.
Because,
all black businesses.
Because like I said, I was talking with Ro's sister, and she was like going through the history. Like I don't even know how we got on top, but she was just like talking about the history of like how you guys all got together. She was like, damn, they need to do a documentary on this. For real.
Oh man, we gotta sit down with a nice writer.
Right, because because like everybody has a story, you know. Everybody has a story, and people don't understand. Like they just see this, and they don't understand how long it took y'all to get to where you are. They don't know the ups, downs, trials, and tribulations. They don't realize none of that.
I used to be mad. They're like, we got a show, I can't even make it.
I always promote for people to work. I always promote like keep working, keep putting in that work is what you put in, you gonna get back. Like, I'm serious. Like people slack, they'll work for a little bit. Like I said, once they get back to the expectancy of instant gratification,
right?
That's a 6-year-old thing.
I'd rather make $5 a day than trying to quit on something thinking I'm gonna make $100,000 the next day. Right. That's where people get messed up at. I'd rather take this little $5, $10 here, $20 here, and all that, build it up to something major in the long run. I mean, for the long run, it's my business, it's my company.
Well, I mean, like I said, I met you guys because of Billy Live.
Billy.
What's it called?
That's all you know. I was tall.
No, I'm trying to think if you were at the very first show that I went to, which was in Virginia.
Yes,
Street was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was cooking in Virginia.
Yeah.
Hey, that's live.
What poll were you at?
We were in. It was at Breakers. And yeah, it was a nice, and it was the first time that I've been to a show, and I didn't really know anybody except for Singleton.
Oh yeah.
I rode with Singleton and Tim Curry. And I get there, and I'm just kind of like me. I'm the type of person. I stand back here and I watch everybody and everything. And I do sell my pictures. If you want to buy your pictures, you can buy the pictures with no watermark, no logo, nothing. Like there's so many people out here that you can network with. I used to love when I would do my showcase and seeing other artists shaking the hands of artists who come off stage and be like, yo, that was dope, that was awesome, that was da-da-da-da-da. You know, I love that camaraderie. And it was nothing fake about it. It was just all pure and genuine. I hate the fakeness of this city. I hate the fakeness of this music scene.
You know what?
TAGMG.
Oh,
I already know.
Here's the thing, we stay within our own world. TAGMG, we are our own thing. So even when whatever's going on outside of what they're doing, we can't let that be what drives us to do anything. Everything comes from our own ideas, our own imagination. No one can dictate nothing we do. Any idea that these wonderful brothers come up with, we're like, all right, how can we do it? Because we rather have, anybody should have that kind of support system where it's not, my man got an idea, we all behind it. Let's go.
Right.
It's not like it's a hobby, it's more like a way of life. Like nobody sets out for it, just kind of happen. You know what I mean? While a lot of young kids chasing, we just kind of fell into it type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it just went from there.
See, and like you were talking about the instant gratification, you must not want them M&Ms.
All right, I was hoping nobody heard it.
You talking about the instant gratification, and I've had this discussion with others too, that everybody wants, it's a microwave generation. Everybody wants everything right now. They don't want to wait for it. They want to do it, and
so impatient.
And I'm just like, and I cannot tell you how many times I've had to, like, I try not to cuss people out. I mean, I know y'all see me cuss people out.
You're a little ratchet.
I mean, that's the Poplar Grove coming out. That's the Poplar Grove coming out. Them 7 years on the Grove. I just found out that the corner that I lived on was indicted. So okay.
You're my 7 years on the Grove.
My breaking point was when I had the butcher knife in front of the cop and I was trying to stab the boy. So
TAGMGforlife.com. Don't worry now.
But
I want Lisa to get indicted.
no, I don't get it. My record's clean. I ain't got nothing on my record. I got paid this $185 fine for the speeding ticket in Virginia.
Hey, slow down in Virginia. Chill in Virginia and DC.
I was trying to get to New Orleans and Houston as fast as I could.
I was getting speeding tickets in DC and Virginia every week. I already know how that feels. Every week. Hey, I paid all of them. The company paid for it.
Pretty good now.
The company come.
The niggas gonna look at me like, yo, what kind of things he got?
But it's like
everybody kick me out.
Everybody wants to be in this like I said, this instant gratification. Mm-hmm. I cannot tell you how many times that I've had to almost cuss people out because one, I take pictures on Saturday night, Sunday they in my inbox talking about, you posting pictures yet?
Yo, I just took like 5,000 pictures. What the hell?
They still coming from the camera right now.
I'm like, I take a deep breath. And
you take a lot of pictures.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm actually what I've done is I went back through my Facebook page, and I have on my Facebook page and on my Bottom Paparazzi page, and I have wrote down how many pictures in each album, and I'm currently calculating all of them up just to let people know how many pictures I've taken. In my Facebook page, the pictures go back to only 2009. I came in the scene in 2008. So that first year, I know for a fact that first year I did 60 shows from here to Brooklyn. Between Brooklyn, New York, and here. I know because I remember that. I calculated that. But I've gone through and it's ridiculous at the numbers. Like, and I've seen the change from where this folder had 100 and some, and this folder had 100 and some, and this folder had, a little bit, and then all of a sudden it was 200, 200, 246. So that 200, 200, 246 was one event. So I've taken so many pictures, and these people like it. Yeah. So when I sit here, when I sit there, is it gonna work?
Yeah, nigga shit.
Yeah, we make it work. We make it work. So when I take pictures on Saturday night, when I get home, that camera sits over there in the corner. I go to bed, I wake up the next day, I'm not thinking about that camera, because I'm still probably sore from standing up all night, because why? Because I stand up from the time the show starts.
I leave your ass every time.
Yeah.
The whole show.
Hella work.
I be like, Street's here. 5 days later, like, I'm out.
Street fashion.
Street fashion. That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. They don't even know that.
And that was at my show. That was at my show that Jace was performing at.
Street, that's my show. I was like, I'm home.
So, I'm not, and what I got to the point to doing now is, when the pictures are done and ready, they'll be on my Baltimore Paparazzi page. So if you like the page, you'll see them.
You gotta get a camera that can upload to the Facebook right away.
No, because I put my watermark on there and I put my logo on there.
Gotta do that. You gotta put it real big, dumb, stupid in the middle.
You can do it like this. If you want to keep the watermark off of it, I'll photobomb every picture you take. They got painted in I'm always in the back. Doing some crazy shit. You can get this money. Oh, you don't like the logo, but it's a whole new. It's free too, so you won't see any charge.
And I go through, and my thing is, I go through because just like you all are going to go through this song that you're making, and you're going to make sure that it's perfect. I go through the pictures and I go, no, blurry. No, eyes cross-eyed, I don't post every single picture that I take.
So you actually taking way more than people think you're taking.
Right. And then I gotta put them through I gotta take them off the chip, I gotta save them into my folders on my external hard drive. Then I have to put them in my program that goes through and I edit them, and then I put them through the other program which watermarks them. So I'm doing all this stuff. Then I gotta make sure that my damn external hard drive doesn't come unplugged because it's got a shortage, this, that, third. Then the grandkids running around, jumping on the bed, so
it's a struggle.
At certain events, I've taken up to like 1,500 pictures. I go through all those pictures. Sometimes I get to the point where like, fuck it, I don't care. And I just put them up because my thing is most of the time people don't really go through all them pictures anyway. And then and then I started to do I don't know if you noticed. I think it was at the Summer Jam. I don't know.
I don't know anything about Summer Jam.
No, Wisdom Court Summer Jam at Ottobar. I took the artists and I put them in their own folders. That way the artists could find themselves. Because I got tired of people saying, tag me in them. No, I'm not sitting there tagging you in all these damn pictures. You
sometimes I remember I used to go through and just tag a bunch of people, the people that I know. Like, all right, I know this person, tag.
Yep, and I'd be like,
you
thank
take too
you.
many pictures.
Thank you for tagging.
It's social Joe, he has the time to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is I really didn't have the time. I was working 2 jobs that day.
Sometimes you just get,
But you
sometimes
found
you be
time.
like,
That's what social Joe means.
sometimes you just
Right.
be like, Facebook sucks me in sometimes. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes it'll suck you in.
It definitely will.
It's like a black hole.
Your phone will suck you in. Even if you ain't got no social media on there, your phone will suck you in.
So,
I spent an hour playing Words with Friends with like 10 different chicks that I don't even know. Smashing them though. Who want to beat me?
Hey,
Who want to challenge me?
He bragging right
Who want to challenge me in Words with
just
Friends?
said 10 people, we said 10 chicks.
10 chicks. I don't know. I guess I ain't gonna be sitting there playing with no dudes.
How you Joe?
Playing Words with Friends. Grown ass man.
Yeah, I didn't compliment the game. You spelled real good.
Yo, I like that word.
oh, that was good. That was good. I ain't thinking that one.
I didn't even know that was a word.
Right. I didn't. What you do? Look it up in a dictionary?
Wow.
Some of them be cheating though. So out of them chicks though, they be cheating though.
But you still beat them, right?
Words like EO. Like, that ain't even a word. Like, how you get 38 points for that?
They do have some words on that I never even heard.
Like, what the hell is that?
You gotta throw some Baltimore slang in there.
Hey, TAGMG for life.com.
Don't worry, no, $5.99.
Sheesh.
Oh, guess what, y'all? I just saw a new video today. We just got back on. We shot 2 videos.
Flaming hot.
We work like that.
Mm-hmm.
TAGMG. But we just saw the second one for our song 40. It's one for my son's in that video. It's a wonderful video. But shout out to Rico Hopes and his son.
The energy.
Which one? Because he got 2 sons.
I
The
think it was the young one.
Cam.
Killing it.
Yeah, he was in there. Yeah, I only know the move.
My man was
Killing that shit. Yo, the reverse one we said what? Hey, killing
We had a lot of fun creating that video.
Like,
Shout out to Street Scott because he actually directed that. Shout out to Bo Grizz, he shot it. That's how he shot all our videos.
Yeah. I was like, I know that name.
Yeah, Nail Vision Films.
Yeah.
And like I said, Street Scott definitely put in some work directing that. We was all energetic. We had to keep up with him. You'd have thought Street was
I don't know how you did that.
You'd have thought he was a personal trainer. If you see this video,
I love it.
Definitely got some cardio in. It was definitely fun though. Have fun with your music. It ain't that serious. Yeah, why you so tough? You tough as shit, yo. Calm down, relax.
I can't be that tough and be into women the way I am. It just can't be that tough. Yo.
Hey, yo, now you got a chick record and you got it like a gangster
You
record.
kill like 12 niggas, then you want a whole date.
Relax, man. Have fun.
She
with
looking
you.
like, where is it?
Like, who got time?
She's like, I shot 13. What's good?
Hey, I like the chill dudes that's with the shit, but they chill. You know
Yeah, they
what I'm
chill.
saying? They just want to smoke something, be hippies. I like the hippies, you know? The peaceful people, the people that just want to innovate and do great things. If y'all want that.
I think what's wrong with the it might sound crazy, but I think what's wrong with hip hop or rap nowadays, enough niggas' cars don't get pulled. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you couldn't rap. It's certain shit you couldn't rap about without somebody pulling your cards.
Right.
Somebody know you from or somebody that know you personally.
But
Nowadays,
I think that all kind of changed when. Well, for me, it all changed when Rick Ross, when he got when his true identity was brought to light. When they was like, oh, you know.
Now it's like it don't matter. People like, I don't care.
Yeah, and they were like, oh well, it doesn't matter, you know. And I'm like,
got jobs, yo. Like, he had a job.
Yeah.
So what? Had a job. He lied about it. Yeah, cool. But all he had to say was, I had a job. What you want to do?
you know, and I think, and that goes like for me. When I hear certain artists in Baltimore that I know, and I hear their music and I know that it's real. I know that when, you know, this guy says, you know, he's talking about the street life, I know that he has lived that, or he still is living that and trying to stay on the radar. But you know, and it's just that whole, like you said, these people are like, I can't get into, for one, I can't get into the new music. I can't. It's just not me. I can't relate to it, and I think that's.
I'm trying. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to.
I mean,
I give everybody a try.
You know, I understand that, and that's like, who was it? Savage just shared that dude's video that everybody's been talking about.
Who?
What the hell ever his name is? I don't know.
Is it that dude Corey that keep? Oh, I'm about to say somebody keeps sending me something to say share Corey's video.
XX10 Toshio.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't like his music.
That song. That look at me.
Ooh, that's a jam.
Yeah, I like that.
Now the song cool though. Wait, on his album, he has a whole different other song.
But like that first, like the beginning of the video, that first, whatever. But when he did the whole artistic, to me it was art. I don't give a fuck what nobody else says, but that video was art to me.
Yeah.
And you know, we a lot of people had a discussion about it. But like I can't get, like I don't listen to Migos. I don't.
Migos rock.
That's cool.
I just got into. I ain't gonna lie. Within the last 6 months, I really saw.
It took me long enough to get into Kevin Gates because my kids was like, "Mom, Kevin Gates."
I still ain't getting into Kevin Gates yet.
Yo, Kevin. Oh God, I can't wait for him to come home. His wife is releasing next week. Is releasing a mixtape.
I couldn't say I haven't heard nothing that I didn't like from him. I just haven't sat down and really listened to it.
I ain't digest.
Definitely.
See, and I guess for me, it's always been about storytelling. I like storytellers.
I do too.
I
like storytelling and having fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Stop Brown, just like a lot of this music that I hear, like my son listens to, and I'll be like, the hell is this? And he'll be like, oh, this so-and-so. I'm like, what the fuck is he saying?
You know what though? Like, I feel like the reasoning behind that is when you get an artist that tells a story, like artists focus on so much crap when they write, they literally put a time span on their record depending on what they say. And you can tell by what they say. It's like a conversation. Right, you can tell what they want to be a part of. But like when you tell a story, you inevitably like connect to a bigger thing than yourself. Because so many people are going to relate to the fact that your story fucking connects like a story. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So people are just going to be like, it's going to be bigger than you think. Your head might not be there, and you the one that did it. Might go, you know. But.
Right. It's like I've said it time and time again that I like ratchet music. I do.
Sure.
My favorite song is "Bitch Better Have My Money" by AMG, and it's the most degrading song to a woman in the whole world.
It's a good
but
song.
I love it. It's a great song.
I
really can't tell you why. I think just the whole everything about the song. Because for me, what I look at for music is, like I said, I like lyrics. I like to hear words. I like to hear a story, the beat, of course, and how the artist flows. That is important to me because it's important. It's important to me.
One thing.
You know, like because. If you're rapping on the beat and like I'm like, you're off beat. Yeah. Now one of my favorite artists, like he does rap off beat, but he always comes back on beat. It's just his signature.
Who's that?
Bomb.
Oh, shout out
Bomb! Shout out to Bomb, yo.
Bomb is like Bomb is the reason.
He hustling too. He getting money off the music too. I already know.
He was just in like fucking Detroit.
Exactly. Bomb always been moving.
But I used to tell people, I tell people all the time that if you don't like me being in this music scene or you don't like me, then go talk to Bomb because he's the reason why I'm fucking here. Go complain to that man.
I just added him back on my Facebook because you know I got a new page because Facebook don't like me for it. But I think he commented on we commented on the mutual friend thing, and then I was like, oh man, I got to add Bomb, yo. I think I almost had to delete somebody. But yeah, shout out to Bomb.
Yeah, so he's like, if you've ever listened to any songs, he'll go off beat, but he ends back up on beats. I don't know how he like.
It's like some Big Sean type.
You know, but I've listened to artists where they're like completely off beat for like the whole fucking verse, and I'm just like.
That's the engineer fault too, for being soft.
Right.
But
soft.
That also goes
Man
back.
up.
That also goes back to you know, I've had this. I've talked to people where you guys have your own studio. Y'all.
We all have our own.
Right.
Everybody working.
So you don't have to worry about that. Going to a studio and paying your money, and the shit sounds horrible because he don't fucking care. Because guess what? He getting money.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I would have been quit.
Right. You know. So I've had that. Like I've had so many conversations with so many people, so many artists, producers, engineers. So when I talk about something, I'm not just talking out my ass because I've had these conversations and I know exactly. Like I've sat in studios and watched. I may not know how to record somebody, but I damn sure know what the fuck's going on that screen. Like I've been in Street Legal Studios sitting behind Mark Carey. I've been in Shaka Pitt Studios watching him, you know, do what he does. I've been in who else's? I can't even tell you. There's been too many of them. Shout
out to all them guys.
I pay attention, and I have so much admiration for all you guys that do what you do because I can't do it. You know, I can't do it. I don't know how to record. I don't write rhymes. I can't write 16 bars. I can't spit 16 bars unless somebody else put me on like a song I already know. That's different. I'm telling you, if I know all the words to it, that's different.
What TAGMG song you be rapping to? What song? What's your favorite song?
Oh my God, I don't even know.
Let's hear it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't.
You heard the new album?
I haven't got. I ain't got the money yet.
Oh yeah.
I get $92 a week from my workman's comp.
I feel you.
When I get that big check, yeah, okay.
But look. Oh, also. To add on to, we're going to get back to you about your favorite song. The TAGMGforlife.com. We also got the Don't Worry Now t-shirts for $12.95 on there.
Okay, merchandise.
You know what I'm saying? We got merch in different colors, variation colors and sizes. Well, yeah, what's your favorite song on the, now I'm interviewing you. Back to street question. What's your favorite song, TAGMG song that you would listen to today?
I don't know. Because I really like the super style because I have super style up here.
Oh, all right.
Squad.
I like that one. And it's like because your music, like every song is different.
So what's your favorite out of the videos? What's your favorite?
The one that y'all did at the basketball court.
And coming through.
Yes.
That's the very first one.
Yes.
Everybody like that.
Yeah.
Even little yo with the little voice and
Big, oh yeah. Big Bad Day.
Yeah, because I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that voice to come out of him.
You gotta check him out more though.
Side note, just to show you how TAGMG is connected in certain ways. Big Bad Day and OG Noski are Joe's actual little cousin. Same way Jason's my actual blood brother. Big Bad Day is Joe's actual blood cousin. So some of us are actually families.
Right.
He has a brother that rolls within this infrastructure as well. So there's a lot of family here too. So
right.
A bunch of different families together.
And Master Poe's my son.
Powerful shit.
That's he had to say master to say that. Baby Jesus is my twin brother now.
Pastor P's like you.
Gosh, that was cute. Look, they tried.
We just got women fans, Kevin. We just got women.
Shout out to all our females.
But that video, that was like, it was just something. It was just so fun. You know what I mean?
Wait till you see 40.
You know what I mean? Like it was.
If you like coming through, you're gonna love 40.
Yeah, that was.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. We talking about fun.
Since we're here with you, we'll let you say.
You gotta talk about
it.
You gotta
talk about it too.
You gotta talk about
it. Everybody wait for your one comment.
Word of mouth.
Time you won't put it up with what you said about it. Make them all up. Y'all heard that, right?
Right. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and play these 2 songs that you sent.
Let's go.
What you sent?
What you got?
Whatever I sent last week.
What you sent? I don't know.
All
I remember was they played.
40.
The 2 singles.
Whole lot. The 2 singles, yeah. So yeah, we'll be right back.
I like him.
Yeah, so I told her,
So I said.
I told you this.
Y'all lucky we still alive. I was about to say some wild shit.
I don't call these interviews anymore.
Just
conversation.
Yeah.
All my niggas with me on that same shit. M.O.E. that never change. N2D that never change. lot of gang shit. And she gon' ride with me like a fabulous. And you can miss a nigga with that light shit. Scotty did the man.
Alright.
Scotty had a plan. Scotty ran it up. Scotty got them things up. Shorty back it up. Let's put that shit on camera.
You can't do it for the culture, at least do it for the gram.
All these niggas are some vultures, man. They just don't understand. Shit is cheesy, and I'm like Diddy, feeling like I made a back. I play with pots and pans. I'm always about the cash. Now I'm making hits, and your shit had a trash.
Shit whacking
out the minute, now
I work for myself.
that's true. Never question why this play the cards out.
This is so different than super solid. So different than country.
She like me on a
Whole lot of gang shit.
all my niggas with me on that same shit. That shit. M.O. It never change. Whole lot of gang shit. And she gon'
I'm trying to learn y'all dance moves, bro. I gotta learn some new dance moves now, shit. They gonna make a whole new shit. That shit was hard.
I'm really chillin', y'all just bunch of goofy shit, it's funny in your head. Don't worry about it now, just know we coming your head. Moving natural, grinding your head.
Watch yourself, Mr. Coke. It's the man right here.
Of course, we squad riding with me. Got my man right here. Hella cars on
Hold
the
on.
block, can stand right there. No colors when we mobbing, we just come for the check. And you can say that fake love, nigga, run and respect. They call him King Dro, yes, he one of the best. And I don't rap no set, just that TAGMG, and yeah, I rap it. Yeah, it's still a whole lot of gang shit. All my niggas with me on the same shit. That shit. Yeah, it never change.
That's how my phone sneeze, bro. That shit.
You can miss a nigga with that light shit. And if you chase a check, we do the same shit. I swear I've been too deep on Jingle.
Them boys got deep as shit. I was mad I ain't hold down your ass there, though. Yeah, I ain't even. Oh, you did that? Yeah, you was looking at it. I was I was mad I couldn't do that over here.
Oh, wow. Never change, bitch. In too deep, that never change, shit. Whole lot of gang shit. And she gon' ride with me like a fabulous. And you can miss a nigga.
Now I'll probably end up getting copyrighted.
Oh, please, me too.
Look like the shoulder.
It's like a game. I'm not even hang with me, acting hella childish. I don't need no stylist, I might be a pilot. Let me talk, speaking topics, so no problem. I'm an actor, ask for all the times I never asked you. Now I'm getting rich, don't feel like such a challenge.
Gotta get low. Next show, I'm definitely bringing it out.
And the girl was like, yo, I got one request. Can y'all perform whole lot?
Oh, we coming out to that. We coming out.
That's rock. Yeah, I'll feel that first.
I don't even know how we gonna do it.
I mean,
They coming out until that joint drop.
Definitely.
that $40.
Oh, this video right here. Oh my God.
And we need somebody to make a dance move for this. Who ordered fried chicken? Oh, I'm about to say. Who frying chicken? I couldn't look at my wrist. 40 on your wrist.
I might need a brick. Back it up. even around me, saying I'm God, how the fuck you gon' lie to me?
Or, you know, I'm waiting to do something. Yeah, right. So, you know, like I pay attention to everything. So when I see people on stage groups, or if it's somebody who's got somebody featured on their song or whatever, then I'm like, how do you not know that other person's verse? That means, to me, that means you laid your verse and you didn't give a fuck about the rest of the song.
No, it's about the song as a whole. We go ahead and trying to get the best out of that one song. That's always the mission. It's not, we don't talk shit to each other when we write a verse. Like, I don't want to bullshit on it.
Body more big Steve.
He's taking me with him to Houston and New Orleans twice while he's.
Yeah, he be traveling.
Yeah, he's in California right now. You know, he's
he
doing.
Just say he ate some weed cheese.
Yeah, some weed Cheez-Its or something, and he be eating
sandwich, right?
He said he had weed pizza.
Yeah, they got weed pizza out there and everything. But you know, and that's like I watch.
I'm glad Craig ain't here.
I'm calling Craig right now. Shout out to Craig on Bill.
Shout out to Craig.
RoyalRacks.com.
Royal Racks, you
Fashion division. And if you're not fly, if you want your fly shit, say you be dressing the way and all that fly shit. Why you not at RoyalRacks.com? If you
Royal Racks.
Inspiration on your next outfit, if you want to go ahead and look fly.
Follow Royal Racks on Instagram. Definitely check out the fashion on there. It's not just local fashion. It's like
we got
everything on there. We got so many different companies.
Fitness, shout out to Big Caz and Fitness by Faith.
Oh my God.
He has his workout program. We got TA Fitness, everything.
He got a workout program where you don't even got to show up. He will text you the routine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's up to you to be. That's why it's Fitness by Faith. You gotta be faithful.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah. Shout out to Big Caz.
Yeah, just look at everything up. TAGMG _squad at Instagram. You can see all these wonderful things that we're talking about right now. So it's a lot of great things coming. Zay has some wonderful things in the works. He has some graphic knowledge he's been working on. We do everything.
That's why I say you're a collective.
So yeah, there'll be
beep. I was shooting that horn.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell. There you go.
I had to toot our horn, our own horn. Oh my God.
But yeah, but like I said, this isn't like I stopped calling these interviews. I call them interviews because it's just easier when I book people.
We in the spotlight right now.
Right. It's just like I used to have the list, and I used to read from the list. You know.
That's when the artists you don't really know, you know.
I get asked the same questions all the time, so I'm glad when we come here, it's not even that.
See, and I try to be different because I know you all get asked, like when you go to other, you know, people.
Who's the guys first start rapping? Who's the first one to start rapping?
Me.
We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know. Like I started rapping, and maybe he started rapping the same day. Who
we
knows?
all started rapping somewhere else. It's just like when TAGMG started, it was really like 3 members. Like literally, something birthed around the way was me, Dro, and some other people. But it's just to see where we've grown from, just from that. You've seen everything. So if it's a documentary that needs to be made, then we need to have a separate conversation about something that needs to be made.
I've just been there along the way.
You and Daryl Clark. If I want to be interviewed by anything for TAGMG, you and Daryl Clark, maybe drop a jewel. People that seen us from when my name was Street Heat.
Yeah.
If you really know what's up.
Hey.
That's all right. Don't make me play this song with Billy Live.
I've been singing it, but you're not going.
I'm telling you, to this day, that's still one of my favorite songs.
That's what's up.
Right, and you know, and like I said, that kind of shows the growth in both you and Billy. Mm-hmm. Like as far as not only like the voice, but as far as the music that you make. You know what I mean? So that's why that's why I said, like, I've had certain people tell me, oh, Lisa, you're taking pictures of this Baltimore hip-hop scene. You've documented so many things. And at the time I was doing this, it wasn't I was documenting anything. I was taking pictures because that's what I like to do. And I just had a conversation with another photographer last Sunday. And he was like, so how long have you been shooting? And I was like, I've been shooting pictures all my life. But as far as like I said, what I do is the music scene I started in 2008 because I didn't know anybody, you know. So I'm taking pictures, And at the time, I didn't know it. I'm documenting because a lot of these artists, they're not even artists anymore. They gave up. Or these groups.
Shout to y'all.
No, I like that. Yo, don't ever give up. Yo, that's why you never get to their goal, because you never gave yourself a chance to get there.
And you know, like some of them.
People let real life get in the way.
Some of the duos are no longer together. They're not even friends. Some of the groups are no longer together. So you know what I mean?
I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so, and that's a lot of times I post pictures, throwback pictures.
And they be in the picture together. They don't fuck with each other no more.
Right. And I'm like, but don't nobody come at me about it. So, you know, I mean, life is life.
Got this shit on this side.
Right. And that's like I said, like, because not only, even though you and Jace are brothers, that doesn't mean that you all, you know, you all could go your separate ways, even though you are blood brothers.
Yeah.
But, you know. You're not pulling your weight, Jace.
No, Jace trying to keep dropping on. He got all these hits. Jason sitting on the like.
Oh, his album, Trap Baby Jesus.
He got some shit coming out.
We've been pushing it back for like 4 years.
You understand why they be coming out? Because of this guy, man. They keep pushing it back. I ain't gonna blame the street.
But it got better.
We working back on our rollout.
No.
It was about time. So Jason's working on actual project like we did, how we did Dope Right Now to get people more acquainted with us. We have to understand a lot of people.
That's why I dropped the video.
We work on that. So Jason has a project coming up to set it up for Trap Baby Jesus. I'd rather have the album done and then have a date and everything's ready, as opposed to like, man, I'm done recording, I'm throw a date and ain't nothing right to mix it and stuff. But you still gotta put it out there, because I seen a lot of y'all.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
And like, I've seen artists, they put out, like, they say they're gonna drop something, and then something happens, and they don't even, like, I'm not saying that you need to tell your fans, look, the date's been pushed back. But they don't say anything. So then you're like
don't make release dates. That's the thing. Just don't make a release date.
Like what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
But it was just an initial idea. But here's the thing: things change in the program.
But you know what? I remember him using that tag, the hashtag. You know what I mean? So it became familiar. So when you just said that, I remember that.
Brand building.
You know what I mean?
Branding.
So yeah.
Everything I post, I make sure I hashtag that. Programming people's minds, so
done.
they know. Yeah, that was done.
No, it's just we setting it up. So Jason, we all understand that we have to go out here and make sure this fan base grows, because we don't eat it if we don't make this thing grow.
Right.
But you can't just delusional people that go out there and street for my mixtape. We need this mixtape right now. No, ain't nobody looking for
your album.
One single person looking for it.
But you know what you said something street earlier about building your fan base, building. One thing I have many pet peeves, but one of my pet peeves is when artists, rappers, whatever you want to call them, man, everybody know me.
No.
I don't know you.
You know, people like, hey, you heard my man such and such be over there?
No.
I mean, people we look up to, you know what I mean? Like,
shout out to
older people. Yeah, like, they still don't feel like everybody knows them, so there's that.
Yeah, right. I know the West, but dudes over East might not even know who we are.
And that's always been my thing, like, this city, like, people don't realize. I remember when I knew just about every single person that rapped, because it was just, in the music scene, there was a lot of them, but I pretty much had a handle on, like, you know, I heard names, you know, this, that, and third. And then one day I woke up and there was like 20,000 new faces and new names, and well, this one boy, he goes, his name of his mixtape was Welfare Baby. Wow. And I seen
go down.
That's probably hard too. It's probably fire.
I seen him at an open mic that happened once a month that I used to go to, and you know, I gotta give it to him, because he would be there every single month doing the same song.
So they learn, because we perform the same
that's
song.
That's what you should do though.
So like I didn't know what his name was, but I knew the song when I heard it, and then like I knew that his CD was named Welfare Baby. And then next thing I knew, I seen him performing at a show for Block Hugger when he had Everything Loud.
Right.
So I was like,
shout out to Hugger.
Shout out to Hugger.
You know, so But there's some, I used to start going to shows that I would look at the flyer and I might know one person. I didn't know anybody else on that flyer. But I had to, as the Baltimore paparazzi, I felt it was my duty, I guess, to go and find out who these people were. You know, I needed to go and go outside of my circle to find out who these new artists were.
That's how you get new fans, and you should encourage, like, everybody else should keep encouraging people, like, step outside of your comfort zone and stop listening to Beyonce every day and give another new singer that's here. Just to listen, even if you don't like it, at least you gave them that name. But at least if you like it,
and that's what I said that about as a person, a part of media. That's what we needed to do.
Yes.
You don't just go to, because like Billy's events media's always free. He asked me to get a list of media. I give him names. I hit up those people. Be like, look, it's a.
I need that list too.
Hey.
You know, I need you. You know, this is free for media. I put your name on the list. Blah blah blah. Half of them don't even show up, and a lot of it's because they don't know anybody in this performance. It doesn't matter if you're part of media and you do this and you do radio shows and you do talk shows and you do interviews and you do that. Well, guess what? Go see. You might find somebody that you might like. You know what I mean?
They wait for people to blow up and then they want to jump on.
Suicide Squad. Shout out to them.
Suicide Squad.
Yo, because we met some guys out in Frederick. We were performing out there at the same time. There's these guys.
They're from Harford County.
But if you saw them, you were like suburb thugs. You're like, what does that mean with these guys' energy? And you see us perform before, right? You know what happened when we did.
You're right.
All right, they said they were in the same shit, you know. So every time we had the shows, it's all love. But we connected with them, and we passed on some of our fans to them, and they done the same, you know.
Right.
And that goes hand in hand to the point when you get the normal people around them, the artists with the normal people around them, the everyday people that get up and go to work, the consumer. We want them involved.
Right.
So go tell your regular ass homeboy who don't do shit. He's just like listening to dope music. Put him on with something.
Right.
Put him on with something good. Point him in the right direction.
When I was on Poplar Grove, when I lived on Poplar Grove, before I got in, right towards the beginning, the beginning of when I came into the scene in like 2006, 2007, that's when I started, Bomb introduced me to the scene. Because like I said, I always say this, I only knew what was on 92Q, like most people. I didn't know that there was that was, well, it was Mully Man, Travis, I don't call him Travis, Cooley, Paula Campbell, 10 Trees, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, it wasn't like,
Barnes, Get Up.
You know, you didn't hear them all the time, but I knew who they were, and I knew they were Baltimore artists. So when I seen what the Baltimore artists were, I was like, oh damn, these motherfuckers need to be on the radio. So at that time, I was a ringtone lady on Poplar Grove, and of course everybody's coming to get Yo Gotti. They was coming to get Gucci Mane. They was getting Boosie, Webby,
Boosie Mane.
all that. And I would tell them all the time, you need to listen to the local artists. You need to listen to local artists. And I would play local music. I'd open my window up, have my music playing, and it'd be, some of them would ask who is that and everything. But I felt like the local scene didn't have enough exposure. So what did I start doing? I started trying to give it exposure. I started trying to, that's how I became who I am, because I started to try to push the scene even more. I was playing my part, and like sometimes I felt like others weren't playing theirs.
Don't worry about that either. We got to work for ourselves.
Don't worry now.
If we relied on anybody else doing that for us, we would never get anywhere. Roll on.
Don't worry now.
The Flood. Yeah. $5.99. 14 tracks.
I actually was sitting there thinking, I think I seen somebody say something, I don't know if it was on your post, when he said something, I think it might have been on George's post, and somebody asked how much it was or something. I don't know. I was just going back to
you was so scared to go to a website.
Oh my God.
What? No, because these are the same people who put a question out there that they can go put in fucking Google. They're same people.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, like Razor Brand or Frosted Flakes. Go.
Right. That's why I made that post. I was like, yo, Facebook didn't turn into a daggone trivia site. Like, that's all they do, this or that, all day long.
All day. I be scrolling past and be like, I need to go unfollow these motherfuckers.
God dang, those people that's really bored ain't got nothing to do. Those people need to go to TAGMG for like.com.
My business, my craft. Street Scott page only had Street Scott business. That's it. We here to promote this company and do what we need to do.
I'm on there for the ladies.
Oh,
People mamas.
Yeah,
Just want people mamas.
You know, I got different personalities, you know what I'm saying? Just kept me on for the ladies.
Man. Shout out to Pharaoh Zay, man. This boy is a talented genius. Like, y'all need to hear him too. Embrace all of us because we got some dope artists that we can actually change some
Only that.
Exactly.
We can. He makes his own beats. That boy got his own sound. So even when you hear TAGMG's music, just know separately, it's a whole different story.
Right.
Which means Drag album's coming up September 22nd.
Yeah,
Make sure you grab that Billions. Shout out to Drag. Grab that album. Phenomenal. It's dope.
West Side Drizzle, the warm up 2800.
Yes, sir. Get that West Side Drizzle. Bang Bad Dad. He just dropped one yesterday with OG No C. Dad Daddy 2. Make sure you got that. Yeah, you got it.
He has a lot of music. Bing Baghdad, I'm telling you, he got his catalog. Shout out to Bing Baghdad, yo.
It's out there.
Shout out to Ace, Drag.
Shout out to Rico Hopes.
Mark Nash, Christian Tyler, El Monday. Mateo Yayo. D what up? 300, 1800. Truth is, my man home, he out here shining.
TAGMG is huge. I'm telling you.
That's why I asked because like people don't realize. That's why.
Breezy's birthday was yesterday.
Happy belated birthday.
Do y'all realize that when I have you on here and I just put the TAGMG like logo thing up there because there's no sense in me because I don't know who's coming. I don't like the last
we love
time.
that you did that.
Last time it was like 7, 8 of y'all came through in that tiny ass little room. Yeah, so I was prepared for you this time.
Everybody always I mean, we can get something set up.
Hey, look, but when you think of when you just for the future reference, when you booking TAG, not just you, I'm just saying anybody. When you book TAGMG, you don't look at a specific artist. We all just representatives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all we is.
Yeah,
that's all we is. This is what you book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, don't just focus on one particular artist or don't even worry about who's gonna come. It's gonna be a representative. We're representatives of the company.
Right. That's why I say I never know who's coming.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I never know.
It might be just 2 of us show up. You know.
It's like ta-da.
I missed quite a few things. You just never.
We got incoming call.
Incoming call. Shout out to whoever is calling right now.
Oh, that's
on the computer.
Yeah, that's on
shout out to them for calling on the computer first of all.
That's 3D shit. That's hard body. That's hard body.
Shout out to 3D.
Yeah, that's 3D.
Whole lot of gang shit.
I love this new setup in here.
Yeah, he made me like now we gotta open up the curtain and we gotta so we can have people walk by.
Yeah, 'cause they want to know what's going on.
Right.
We on the air.
On the air sign. We got,
Who?
He said what?
Just did,
Shout out to Big Bro D again, you know what I'm saying?
Big D.
OG, you know what I'm
That's my
saying?
cousin in real life.
Real life, you know what I'm saying? Crazy. It's crazy.
not fake life.
Not fake life.
Real life.
Exo in the guild, man.
Exo, my cousin in real life. Yo, I'm related to 95% of Baltimore City. I swear to God.
Man.
See,
Yo, shout out to all the people in Vegas that's been showing us a lot of love.
Yeah.
Vegas been turning up for us lately. I don't know what's
Especially
going
on Street
there.
Live. Street Live been jumping.
Oh yeah, Vegas showing us a lot of love right now. Shout out to Chirac, shout out to who else? Canada. Shout out to
Canada.
Australia.
That's what's up.
Shout out to a TAGMG affiliate, you know, J Star. She just dropped a song too.
Hey.
That's out of Cali, Los Angeles. Man. She down, but she not down. But she down.
No, she down.
She
She's
down.
TAG.
No, she down. But, you know, she be doing all she down. She reps it. She reps. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to my man, since we talk about affiliates and down today. Shout out to my man Weedy in Chicago. He probably ain't listening. But he just dropped that dope project.
Weedy. Shout out to Weedy.
Yeah,
man.
you just look Weedy up. Just look up Weedy. Weedy. Like you eat your Wheaties.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he just dropped a dope little project.
Oh yeah, shout out to Swim Brock.
Swim.
Shout out to Swim, man.
That's big management right there. That's my,
That's
yeah.
the manager, man. That man makes a lot of moves happen.
That's like my mentor. No, I was like,
Shout out to Will Smith, you know what I'm saying? That's my homie.
Shout out to that senator.
So you guys got any shows coming up?
October 14th. October 14th will be back in Frederick. Cafe 611. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need the address, it's 611 North Market Street, credit.
Come early.
Come early. We go on 11:30. I just got the time confirmed just now. So
we had a whole lot of games.
We doing a whole bunch of new songs, new energy. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for y'all to see this.
People,
everybody you fuck with, come out.
Yeah. We back in the scene, man. Back in the show scene.
There may be some type of release party or something like that. I'm just saying there's been some talks.
I'm sure there's going to be.
You know what I really want? And then, I don't care what they say, but I really want just like a big celebration, all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like 2 years now. 2 years we all working.
Almost.
2 years we just everybody just go out and celebrate. We throw something, you know what I'm saying? Just a celebration, you know? All of us. Shut up. Let me get it out. What we succeeded so far, you know what I'm saying? Success is coming for us. I feel it, you know what I'm saying? We got so much to go, but I just want to celebrate what we've done so far. And
we done a lot. We had something.
Like a lot of people don't know what we done out of the scene, but we done so much.
We worked really hard.
And that's why I said like just in the past year. You know what I mean? Like the past year I've seen you guys, like I said, it was like didn't hear much, you know, and then all of a sudden, boom, 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 just back to back, you just working. And that to me, that shows me a lot. That shows me that this is something that, you know, like you said, it's not a hobby. It's just a way of life.
That's what I was about to say. Don't get it twisted because you haven't seen us working. Before you seen us in that year working,
before we decided to show,
who's already working on their own. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a catalog of their own. You know, but what we doing right now is just us came.
And that's why.
From that Voltron.
January, right?
Who?
You, right? Like, that was this year? No, Zay.
But he's like, I don't know.
Sometimes we can't even keep up with each other.
Right.
So we're like, damn, y'all forgot to jump.
But see, and that's why I said that you all really aren't a group, you're a collective because you're individual artists.
It's family.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you got your music, you got your music, and then you all come together and you got TAGMG.
Got this big ass sonic boom.
Right.
We put faces to the brand. Right? You know, people say TAGMG, like we're saying songs, but everybody don't know who the collective is.
That's why I said I never know how many of there is of y'all.
And when we started, when we was working, not showing what we was working, but we do like little videos here and there, and people be like interested, like, oh, damn, he with y'all? Right.
You know a lot of people ain't know Drag was with us.
A lot of people ain't know Drag was with us. But it's crazy. Drag was
Drag was going hard for us early on, but we didn't even know all the ins and outs.
Shout out to Drag.
Do your own thing. Shout out to Drag, because he was carrying the flag for us.
He was the first social.
The shows we was getting at Drag. My Drag been on a lot of foreground for what's going on. He's a solid part of Drag. He owns the company too. We just let him do what he does. He makes a lot of moves for us. Same way we all do. We all work together.
When I had my showcases, my in the spotlight showcases, Drag was making my tickets for me. I designed them.
Joe, talk about the motto. What happens? Like you dealt with somebody. Go ahead.
No, me and Street always talk about this, especially within the city.
Yeah.
Everybody, the bulk of these artists out here had to go through either me, Street, or Drag.
Right.
Like it went through Street for production.
Right.
Went through Drag to get stuff printed.
Right.
You know, and then went through me for graphic designs. You know. So
even in that right, you might have had a flyer that you didn't know Drag made.
Right.
You didn't even know it the whole time.
Right.
Drag print and even a lot of stuff on a bigger scale. I just realized that Drag print for so many different companies and like not just artists. So Drag like is the plug.
Before we went to Houston and New Orleans this last time when we drove down, which we are never fucking doing again. Never, ever. If Steve says we driving, I was like, I'm getting a plane and I'll meet your ass down there. We had to stop.
Y'all drove to Houston?
Yes.
I drove to San Antonio. Well, I took the Greyhound to San Antonio. It was 24 hours.
This was like 20-some hours because I don't even relive that shit. I don't want to relive that shit. Going or coming.
I don't know if I can stay in
anyway, so we had to stop and get flyers because he was promoting, you know, his music, the music. They were promoting him and DZ's.
I designed that.
Yeah, I know. And
shout out to Design by the Guy.
And Drag printed the shit.
See how they go?
I did. Zay produced beats. Didn't he do something on Exo's project? Zay got production credits that's quiet. I done mixed people's songs that broke some things for people that no one ever talks about.
Right.
You never even had to deal with us at some point.
Right, and that's like
We set it up that way too.
but that just goes to show. That just
It's
goes
a monopoly.
Yeah, we don't put it in your face. We don't flex on people. We want to teach you how to flex with each other. We flex with each other. People trying to flex on everybody. It ain't about that.
It's like
about the moments, yo. It's about making moments and living your life.
It's like I just had somebody, you know, an artist coming here before y'all got here, before I even got on air, and he was talking about, you know, something. He was like talking about being humble. And I was like, that's the problem with a lot of people in this city. They don't know how to be humble. As soon as they do something, they have to push it in everybody's face. And then when shit falls apart, they wonder why. And they wonder why. You know, like I held on to the information. I knew for like 2 months that I was going to be doing Summer Jam for 92Q. I knew for about 2 months. I like the last moment, I was like, Dro, can you guys? I didn't even know you guys were going to be on the other show. Had no clue.
Yeah.
That kind of just happened too.
Yeah.
I had.
But we don't in the spotlight right now, and that's pretty dope.
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what's on my life, All My Life, yo. You got a video for All My Life.
All My Life. Check out that Jace Peppion on My Life on TAGMG.
Shout out to Bo Gridge.
Shout out to Bo, man.
He crossed up some girl in the video. He broke
I have to go in there so I can take it and are they YouTube videos? Are they on, I'm gonna get them so I can share them on the Bono Paparazzi page. Because that's what I do is I take stuff and I'll share it on the Bono Paparazzi.
Or you can just go to TAGMGforlife.com.
That's what I'm saying. That I can share them from there.
You can go to the Bono Paparazzi page and go check us out.
Hey,
We'll be there.
Right.
Go hand in hand, baby.
Boom. Yep.
TLC coming soon.
Shout out to those that take time and spend.
Poe very discreet with his album.
Because he working.
He got an album. He don't like to talk about it.
You know, it's okay.
Oh, here you go. We got to start.
This is really true though. Okay. Oh my God. I hope it didn't crack.
That's because he talking.
But
you need a case.
Yeah, the Baltimore Love Chronic, TBLC. You know what's funny? Like that TBLC I've been talking about since about 2012, 2013. And the way I kind of move through the city, like I'll have an impact even if I don't put music out. This is the first time in my life since I started around like 12 or 13 that I paused for this long. And I was getting just a different perspective on things because I had a son and different things. I had to see stuff I had to solve. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So coming back, like how I'm not even gonna get into this because this is how the album happened. Like just coming back with all my brothers and us getting in all of that.
Right.
It was just like I had to get back into a groove. So now I'm back into my groove, right? And all my brothers are like on steroids. And they're like, I'm real shit. Everybody's like, what you hear everybody on the radio doing now, they're having fun because they finally learn how to pick a flow. They don't know how to write all the way, but they pick a flow and they ride it.
Right.
And they hope that record works. Not us. We got more aim when we write. So it's just like, we know we beats. Like, we know we beats in the studio, and it's just like, okay. So now I'm looking like, all right, I got to bring, everything's coming out. Billions. You got our album, The Flood, get it, TAGMGforlife.com. You got Billions coming. You got Trap Baby Jesus coming. You got the Baltimore Love Chronic, and then the Worrying Comes Later. Look, we can slam dunk that right there. So this is a real story. This is about like a week ago. Dro was hitting me. We had this group text, and he's looking like, yo, where's the record, right? And I'm like, yo, I got the record. But like, listen, this is the only time in my life I've ever done this. So like, I always move quiet when I work, and then I just surprise everybody with like finished songs. And so I really won't send nothing to my brothers if it still need to be mixed. Like, I'm that one. I'm the one that will not send it. So I'm like, this nigga just keeps. I was like, I know it's like 4 of them down there. I seen the text. Jay said he was coming down. I know Street right there. You working? I know Street right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, let me send this fucking record.
You know I played it.
Yeah, I know you played it. And it wasn't even I sent it, but it wasn't finished. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That shit is
fire.
God damn.
He got like 3 or 4 right now.
We played it like 4 times. Back to back.
And Zay got 2 albums or 3 albums.
Exactly.
Man.
And now
in the cut.
So I work this shit. I know the TAGMG clock keeps spinning.
Yeah.
Yo, when we got back together, like a lot of us were working on solo projects.
Right.
Prior to us.
That's why I said it was stuff still going on.
But after we did these records, you heard the changes in how everybody else records afterward.
Yeah.
Right.
We learned new things.
It was like different energy.
Different voices.
Right.
We tried new techniques. Now when we do is record now after this, the song sounds so much better and bigger. I'm glad we kind of like falling back and wait until after we establish this, because the music you hear solo wise after us.
Right.
So for everybody that's asking my
Shout out.
and now hold up. Cause every time I'm asking me, they're like, yeah, I see y'all group album, what Travis G's at. This is why, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You keep pushing his shit back.
Yeah. Keep working, man. Just don't worry down the flood. You know what I'm saying? Then we got billions. Then we got the words on later.
I just want to say shout out to Ace, cause
Ace, man.
Ace is up.
Ace, he on coming through.
I just saw something. Christian Tyler saying something about Ace just now.
Yeah,
Over.
Yeah, just
Yo,
now.
shout out to Ace, cause y'all don't really know what that man could do. I'm telling you. And all right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Ace still owe me a verse too. I'm still waiting on that.
Shout out to Ace, man. TAGMG4life.com.
Oh, ice colors. Drag mixes on ice cream. He has his own ice cream.
Oh my God.
Hey, drag is just
You want it all
talented.
the time.
Everybody.
You gotta bring the bag.
Yeah, you want us to come
You gotta budget and bring the bag.
It's the price and live your life.
You know what I mean?
We just need that $1 million building. Just walk in.
Right.
We do all
Yeah,
of
everything in that building.
When it's all said and done, you will see us with this big corporate building. It's gonna be a floor with where they do the publishing for books and graphic design. That'll be his floor. And they all do that. Joe had the whole graphic division, the graphic design division.
The guys.
I might have the production teams, and then we had the TV shows coming. I'm telling you, really stuff in the works. You got Poe with his art side. We know Drag does like 12 different things. Jason's like one of the best hoopers I know. I mean, that just is what it is. So you might have Jason
What's the vision?
basketball.
makes sense.
They have a rec center
We gotta have everything. We want it all, but in the most respectful way, so we can just bring all these different families together, and we can have a bunch of different companies. When have you ever seen something like that? A bunch of dudes from different places coming together to build like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Talent inspires greatness.
And if we stop making music today, because some of us might be like, all right, I might be wanting to do something else. If any of us stop today, I guarantee you TAGMG will still be with the same face because we brothers. Fuck that music. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Take it away, fuck the money. We
about the
got money,
influence.
lost money together and everything. Just ain't about that. I'd rather just hang out.
I'm talking about something like, I don't know.
We got a light bulb.
Yo, Street, you just said something that made me jump.
He said, hold on, don't talk
You were
about-
talking about, you said instant gratification, right? This is the difference between us and everybody else. This is how instant gratification can eat you like alive. When you're focused on the wrong things, if you want instant gratification for something that you understand the dynamic on, your instant gratification comes from the process.
Right.
Like, if you want people to embrace you, you gotta be doing something for the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you want to get the love, you gotta give the love. And if you getting caught in between just wanting it, that instant gratification ain't never going to happen.
Right.
We ain't never
what
working.
you're doing.
Right. We love what we doing. As soon as we start doing what we doing, we've reached instant
Y'all right with it as soon
gratification.
as we put out. Y'all like,
Right.
right. Fine. Y'all like, yeah, just be on.
We should fun as hell. That's how we do it.
I love having fun with
Yeah.
brothers. That shit fun as hell, man.
That's what I said. Like I just had this conversation with the with a photographer on Sunday, and I told him that my thing is I don't like photo shoots. I really don't. I don't like that stage stuff. I like the stage. I like capturing those moments, capturing the passion. When you got the microphone and I like capturing those moments. And he was
We're
like,
not looking.
and he was like, he hates those moments. He hates those candid shots. He does weddings and stuff like that. I don't like all that
All
stuff.
different pictures of black women. I hate
There's only
The
so
best
many
pictures
damn
the ones
poses you
that
can
come
do.
Yeah. That's a Baltimore thing too. I feel like nobody in Baltimore seriously wants to pose for their picture.
I pray hand pictures to death. I can't do it.
Yes, I've got you a few times.
Jay-Z
They look
and
great.
her,
One of my favorite pictures of you is you, me, and only.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, man. I think that was my birthday.
I don't even remember. I just remember it was like it's one of my favorite pictures. But I love those like you were saying, like if you love what you do, and I love what I do. Sometimes I get very discouraged. I get tired of it. Like
You keep doing it. No choice. You love doing it.
yeah, I just like I've gotten to the point to where I only go to certain events now. I only go to certain events because
What's up, dude?
I just
Oh, I want to make a meme.
I got one right now to save it. I'm just waiting for another week.
but it is all about what you love. And like I said, life happens. Like you said, you had a child, you know. I know Street and Dro has a child. Zay, do you have any kids?
Working on one.
Okay.
We basically doing everything over here.
Right. But that's a life changer. You know what I mean?
Got
And then, you know, like I said, when you got family that doesn't, like, either they support you or they don't support you, you got to deal with both of those, you know. You know, so I know what it's like.
Can I go in one more time? You say that? Oh, I'm going to chill. No, great, you don't understand. Look, I got people out there that say they want to do something. Like, yo, I'm going to start this business and I want to do this, but I don't be having the time. I don't see how I can do that. I ain't trying to do that shit.
Right.
I get up, I promise you this, I'm going to say this way. I work like 16 hours. I work for Steve's company and I work like 16, 17 hours.
He is not.
And I come home and I stay until like 4 in the morning. There's no excuse.
All facts.
Because you cry about how this is not growing and how your company's not working or nothing like that. Why the fuck are you watching Love and Hip Hop? Why are you spending an hour watching that?
Exactly.
Your ass could have been working on something else that you need to be doing.
Right.
Stop doing the dumb stuff that's not helping you get where you need to be. I'd rather work. What I always say, yo, if I'm not doing nothing, I'm gonna do something.
Right.
If I can sit here and talk to you and chill, I can also be on my keyboard while I'm talking to you. Maybe
Being lazy is doing something, so you wasting your time.
yeah, if you're doing something, check yourself on that. It's not going to go there unless you put in that effort. A lot of people always crying about the things they do, but look how you move.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of people, like, they don't.
Fuck sleep.
The plug right there.
Yeah,
See?
fuck sleep. No, I mean that. Like, I work. I'm not going to lie. I work. I'm always up working. Like, I don't care what kind of day I'm having. Something needs to get done. Whether it be me and Dro working on new designs and new products. When we talk about new projects, we need to work on and focus on. Something needs to be done because that's all we're going to get.
See, and that's like I've always said about groups where I've watched groups be like they'll be on this high, you know, everything's growing, everything's, you know, music's good, you know, fans, they doing shows, they doing this, doing that, and then when it comes time to work to do something, then if there's like 4 of them, you got maybe 2 of them who's working, and the other 2's like, man, I can't right now, I mean, or, you know, they just not doing anything, and then, you know, everybody.
You gotta look at the checks and balances of things too.
Right.
A lot of people don't have it. You got like a lot of yes men that just to say something just to be saying it. They, oh, my man about to blow up. They ain't looking at it like, yo, I gotta keep my man on his toes so that he can blow up, or if he is blowing up, to sustain that. A lot of people don't look at it from that aspect.
And like I said, there's a lot, you know, a lot of people, like, I have 2 grown children in my household. I have 2 grandbabies in my household, and on October the 24th, I'm going to have another grandbaby in my household. So well, she was like a complete and utter shock because she's a birth control baby.
Oh, okay. That's all they make now.
Yes. That implant works, but only for so long.
Because the other implant, never mind.
I was gonna say that. You said that like 4 seconds ago.
There's always something, like I had somebody say, you know, they want to. Like, I had a friend of mine who was like, oh, I want you to come over and this. I'll be like, oh yeah, because I don't do anything. Well, then all of a sudden, I've got to do this. I got to run here. I got to take this one here. I got doctor's appointments.
But what are you doing that grows your company though? What hour are you taking out of your day to do something that builds up? That's the question you need to ask themselves.
Yeah.
Jason, you love to play that.
Direct question.
I mean, you play every day, right?
Yes.
And you also record and mix.
Oh, the Charlie was sitting down.
I did.
Do what you love.
I
And
do.
find a way to make money from it. I know people might be like, yo, street preaching and all that. No, I'm here to help, bro. I promise you. I want everybody to get money. I want to keep all this to ourselves.
Right.
Too much.
And that's like, you know, I do this radio show. I really, like, in my mind, for all the people that want to be interviewed, I would really need to do my show at least 5 days a week. Because there's too many people. And this show is, and see, I only book one artist. Do you know why? Because giving you an hour is not enough. You know what I mean? I know some shows, they book 3 and 4 artists and give them like 15 minutes or half an hour, and I'm just like, really it's not even half an hour if you play a couple of their tracks.
They just worry about the traffic that they're gonna get for each
You know what I
artist.
mean? Me, I want to be able to give you time to talk about your music, talk about what you're doing, talk about this, that, and the third, get people to know who you are. That's my purpose of why I'm doing this. Because I also like to give people history. People don't know that you guys have been doing shows and you've been doing music for all these years. Yeah. You know, some of them just, they coming in the music scene and they just seeing you now.
You think we're new, yeah. We're some young OGs, like some of us are young OGs, like nobody's older than us.
Right.
We're some
so
young OGs.
that's, like I said, this is what something that I would like, that I like to do. Would I like to get paid for it? Hell yeah, I love to get paid for it. You know what I mean? Like we're trying, like sponsors and commercials and stuff. Like we're all working all this stuff.
Me and Joe coming out with a consulting firm too. We also, that's another business we're gonna start doing.
And you know, and that's what somebody told me that I need to do, because I just be giving out information and plugs.
$1 million game.
You got Kentucky, yeah.
You can't say something. You got a garden in your backyard. You grow flowers for high. Why don't you sell flowers?
And I just look, and I just did it today, not thinking, because one of the guys hit me up and he asked me about if I knew any rock bands, and I was like, first thought was like, just because I'm white, I know rock bands, but no. I was like, no, but I told him somebody else who deals with bands. So I said, well, I'm gonna hit him up. No. I hit him up and I was like, yo, so-and-so needs a rock band for this event that he's doing, blah, blah, blah. He was like, well, give him my phone number. So me directing traffic, I went back and I'm always directing traffic. Like when people say, oh, graphic designs, you and Spence are usually the first two and the only names, because I know Scar probably is just too damn busy anyway.
Shout out to my man Crizzo though.
Oh yeah,
Crizzo
Steve.
definitely be, yeah.
Yeah, but you and Spence usually are the first two names that pop up. You know what I mean, when it comes to graphic designs.
Right.
You know, so like you see, I know you see me tag you and shit.
TA shit, man.
Right.
Transactions. Cover your mics.
Right.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
The street fight.
You check out the pockets and shit. I mean, right?
We can have a whole conversation.
TAGMG4life.com.
But you know, I'm always giving out that information because I've always been the director of traffic.
Yeah.
It's always been, you know, Lisa, do you know anybody who does this? Do you know anybody who does that? And I had somebody tell me, you need to be a consult, you know, have your own consultant.
Set up a meeting. I can talk about how I can get you these things.
Because you know, I'm sorry to say, Baltimore hip hop just does not pay me to do my job.
Oh no, pay anybody.
The strippers pay me. I get paid to do.
Shout out to the dope boys. Shout out to the strippers.
I get paid to do my stripper shows. You know. So.
Where you do these?
Huh?
Where you do those?
There's one coming up in November for Caramel's birthday party.
Oh, I didn't fly it. Shout out to the fucking plug.
Told you, she's my
She's supposed to be at the joint when I went to go see the Double Dose Twins. She ain't pull up though.
Oh yeah, shout out to Omar and G-Sun Entertainment. Yo, them boys up there. So shout out to my
What, the Double Dose Twins? Hell yeah, dude. I was showing the pictures and you done. Shout out to the Double Dose Twins.
Caramel shared the flyer, right? So I hit him. I was like, I'm sure you already know, but just in case. He was like, I'm already on it.
Hey, I'm in the DMs with him. Like,
right.
yeah. No, shout out to the Double Dose Twins. No, seriously, though. People be saying like you a stalker, you a stan, or you whatever, you feel what I'm saying? No, I'm just a day one fan of some published models. Like they ain't no strippers, they ain't no twerkers and none of that stuff.
And I love the fact like the first time that they responded back or they liked something or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I just love that they did that because you have been sharing their pictures for so long.
5 years.
Right. And
5 years.
But no, they been showing me love too.
That's how I felt when Gary Owens come on my post and commented on my post.
Hey.
I love Gary Owens.
Like Rudy Gay, liking his stuff. Or
shout out to
Angela Yee, shout him out for his birthday every year.
Cash daughter, my cousin's daughter too. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shout out to Just Bliss.
Oh yeah,
Just Blaze, James Roy.
So it's some industry people watching TAGMG.
Right.
Oh, we watch, yeah.
I was told from a friend of mine, she was doing a radio show too, and she had some big people, you know, watching her show and watching her Instagram and everything else. And because they were on her Instagram, that's how they found out about her show she was doing.
Right.
So they watched Hardbody's shows. They looked at all the Hardbody shows and told her that me and her were the best shows on Hardbody Radio, according to them. And one of the guys has something to do with Empire. You never know who's watching.
So working, because you never know who's really sitting there watching.
So that's why I started my Baltimore Paparazzi IG page.
Shout out them 288 views.
All that sauce.
But that's why I started my Baltimore Paparazzi IG page, because my
You should have been did that, Lisa.
my other page, well, I just didn't.
I got 8 IG pages.
I believe it. How many Facebook pages did you have?
I had probably about 8, but now I only got probably 5. But yeah.
One of them for the catfish.
I got one for catfish.
So
It's not really catfish.
Bradley, look like that.
But
Hi, I'm Neve. Are you drunk?
but I know I should have been done that. But I just at the time it was too much of a hassle. Now it's easy. You can just switch. You can just go and click and just switch.
Before you had to sign out
and sign back in and all that
too
shit.
much.
But plus my regular page is it's not children friendly.
Yeah, so you want to separate that.
Right.
You go on my Design by the Guy page, there's no pictures of me. The guy could be Chinese, he could be white, he could be black, he could be a midget. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody know. They just know he just do some dope ass graphics. Yeah, it could be a girl.
Right. And
It's a firm. It's a AISSA. It's a firm.
Hey.
Designed by the guy.
there you go.
TAGMGforlife.com. Don't worry now.
The Flood.
Flood.
Only
14 tracks.
New video out. New video coming soon.
Drag coming out September 22nd.
Billions. You know that's money.
Two out right now.
That is
you know
yeah. Go
Yo,
check out that Just Kept Me On my life video. Westside Drizzle mixtape.
Westside.
We working, man.
I think I have one of his CDs from way.
He's Dre Babes.
Dre
Babes.
Is it Get Into Dre Babes?
1 and 2.
I don't know if it's a gray. I think it's a gray cover.
Oh, that's a prequel. It's great. It got a picture of him on it?
I don't remember. It's in my crate.
No, because Beginning Dre Babes. Yeah, see this out.
He gonna make me go through my crate.
He probably did on Dre.
You know how DJs say they gotta go through the crates? Well, I got a crate.
I got 2 of them in the storage room.
I got a crate that's got all local music in there.
You just need the word.
That's how I always tell Hugger. I got when he was first family. I got all that shit in the crate.
I got Chop. That's my favorite song. Chop. Chop. I got that. I played it when he was supposed to be on my show at the other building. And he was
Don't play no throwback TAGMG music ever. You got it. That's for your personal. Yeah, just for you.
Gotta take to the grave.
Just because we come to the show, don't play our old stuff.
I mean, look, I play it, and y'all be like, who's that? She don't know. No, it's not.
Nah.
We still gonna be lit.
It's gonna be hard to find OJ songs.
If you dig deep enough, you'll find stuff from a lot of us
Not me.
on the internet.
Not me.
But
I mean,
it's OJ stuff on there too.
What? The way that's the way I first started.
I know. It's
No,
old.
that's it.
It's old.
But no, I'm
TAGMGforlife.com.
I'm not comfortable with stuff before that.
I know. But you know what I'm saying? We all.
I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with
What's before that? You don't have nothing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, you for my.
Alright, that's cool. They features. But that's
the
it.
best of drug.
No, that's not on the internet.
Hey, Dro's the only person I know that had a best of.
With no solo
projects. No solo projects. But he pushing that best of.
33 songs on that.
33 songs on that joint.
So units of a best of.
The best, and people was bumping that joint.
People was buying it. I made a lot of money off of it.
Personality.
Like, damn, I never hear that again.
Flo got a single on Spotify called Petals.
Paddle.
Just type in TAGMG on Spotify, and then if you know our individual names, type that up too.
Yeah.
Hey, look. I got a question for the people that's watching. I got a real serious question for the people that's watching, if they watching. Who is frying chicken? I'm hungry as shit.
Chicken.
Who got that bird?
He always talking about who fries some damn chicken.
Hey man, I can't be a vegan yet. I want to do it so bad, but I can't do it yet.
I'm sorry. Everybody's like, oh, you need to watch this Netflix. No, I don't.
Oh, what the health?
Yes. No, I don't.
No,
and I still watch it, and I still
You
eat.
make a decision for yourself, not
Yeah.
for what everybody else.
I don't. I eat red. Only time I eat red meat is when my body craves it. Just like chocolate. I only eat chocolate when my body craves it, which is not. So, just like I don't put salt on my food, and then like when my body will let me know when I need my sodium.
That's like bacon. I don't really eat
I
pork like
love
that, but I will
bacon.
fuck up some
Bacon.
swine.
Like, talk about bacon like that. We're not doing this right now. We're not talking about bacon like that.
But I eat most thing I eat is like chicken. I eat chicken most of the time. I don't eat very much red meat. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
Hey, we about to hit 300 views. Oh, good.
I'm not
I look at numbers daily.
I'm not going to change how I eat because I see some video on TV, or watching some documentary or whatever. I'm sorry, I eat Scrapple. I know what the hell Scrapple is. I can't think about what Scrapple is, but I eat Scrapple.
My God.
But I don't knock what anybody else is. I don't knock what anybody else does. I don't knock what anybody else does. You know what I mean? Like, you watching the delay? You watching the delay? Yeah. So I can't watch. I don't want to watch that. I don't care. Like, if you want to be vegan, go ahead and be vegan.
I can't. I love chicken and I love bacon. I give up everything else.
Now, don't get me wrong. My brother Bay.
Oh yeah, I'm not giving up seafood, man.
My brother Bay, he made for 2 years. He made my birthday food for me. He worked right down the street at the grind. What is it? The grind at the juice bar that's down here. Grindhouse, I think it is. Yeah. See, y'all need to but
Hey, shout out to Juan Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got them juices.
But
we had 300.
He made me this wrap and had peanut butter and apples and fruits and everything else. And I was like, how is this going to taste? It was wonderful.
You said peanut butter was in it?
Yes.
It was a wrap?
Yes.
Okay.
It was a vegan. It was a vegan wrap. It was a vegan wrap.
Okay.
Hey, I had a veggie sandwich like a week ago, and it tastes like it trick your mind and make you think you got meat on it. But it had mushrooms.
My next birthday, the next year, he made me breakfast, vegan breakfast. You cannot tell me that was not sausage. It tasted just like sausage, eggs, but it was vegan. It's wonderful, like. You don't you're eating it and you're not, it's got the flavor and everything. It's the way he cooks it and cooks things. But he's like, but I can't. No, I'm sorry. I just can't go vegan. I can't go.
I mean, I changed the way I eat like 2 years ago. I stopped eating beef and pork and all that. My water diet is A1, as you can see. Just take care. There's my 2 years. Take care of myself. Making sure it's right.
Red meat is the harshest thing that you can put into your body.
Plus, it gives me so much energy. I feel
just like
so much.
When I was little, when you're little, you drinking milk all the time. Milk. I stopped drinking milk. I can't drink. If I drink milk,
it got me on a Sunday, and I got to drink it early in the morning on a Sunday.
I gotta know I'm not going anywhere.
Right. Yeah. So that's why almond milk. I love almond milk.
It's good.
It's good to take care of yourself.
Shit, it's drinking almond milk since
shit like $5 for a half gallon.
I'm gonna tell you, Prophet. We were doing a video shoot for Bomb. One day. He was like, "Yo, Lisa, try this." He did this smoothie, and I was like, "Oh, all right." So he was like, gave me a little bit of it, and I drank. I said, "Oh my God, what?" Like it was so good. I was like, "What's in it?" Almond milk. No, it was almond milk. It was Greek non-fat yogurt and frozen
That's the
fruit.
thick yogurt, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And frozen
fruit. I'm sorry.
But it was frozen fruit, and he blended it all together, and it was so wonderful. So I started making it, and my kids fucked it up. They were like, "Mom, when you gonna get the stuff to make the smoothies again? When you gonna make the stuff to make the smoothies again?" Like they just loved it. And my daughter drank some before she did the ultrasound with my grandson, and he would not move for shit. Like he was just how you doing? he was just he.
Our store is lit. You got these on these joints.
Yeah, I know.
It's a bub shot. You know.
Been coming in early and doing this shit.
I like this YouTube live shit though.
I was thinking, just you missing like a green one or a pink, a yellow one. You had like the Power Ranger mics and shit. You got a white one, you got a black one.
Usually,
this would be yellow. So.
Usually, I have the black and the gold one because when he first got
white
these
mic
mics,
come out with the flute and shit.
he wanted me to. He said, "Lisa, you use the pink one." I was like, "I'm not using no damn pink mic. You might as well hang that shit up. If it is the black mic or red mic." I'm sorry, I don't like
pink mic fire though. That joint fire.
I don't like pink though. I don't like pink.
You don't like pink?
I used to love pink.
And don't worry now, shirts have a hint of pink in them. So
it's like a magenta.
I mean, I got pink stuff, but I don't. It's just I'm not girly girl like that. I'm not frou-frou. I'm just not frou-frou.
Don't worry, I'm not either.
Don't worry now.
Right, the flood.
TAGMG for life.com. It's training, man. It's training.
14 tracks.
We teach ourselves to be
Self-check ourselves.
Yeah, we self-check ourselves.
You don't get caught up in no fuck shit in your interview. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be on point.
People will try to throw you a little curveball, so we gotta answer for it. TAGMG for life.com, the number 4.
Yeah. Wait till you get into those interviews where they want to know all the dirty details and all.
Be like TAG.
Good luck. It's gonna be a hard time.
I'm gonna look at you dead in your face with a serious look. I can give you
That's like I've said it for years that I know, like somebody was like, Lisa, you know the dirt on about everybody in this thing. I was like, mm-hmm.
Oh my God, all this time.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
Yeah.
We lit. Oh, go ahead. No, finish what you said. I just want to see how it works.
But he's so crazy.
Yo.
It's nothing about anybody's personal life. A lot of times people just come and tell me stuff. I don't know. I don't know why. And then most time it just goes in my brain. Like especially when they say, "Don't tell anybody," and I'm like, 5 minutes from now, I'm not gonna remember shit you just said.
You can't trust that person now.
Right. No, believe me. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Now I can't trust you. You're right.
Right. I'll be like, if you telling me this about that person, they were saying like, all this, you should do that. No, I'm not doing no show like this.
Baltimore, you really want to play that game?
No.
Dangerous.
No. I used to be tough Tony too, but I've backed it up. But I be quick on Facebook. I put my address out. You come to my house then if you got something to say, But
that's why I was saying dudes be ugly, but they be all trying to be on top of y'all ugly. Let's not try to be on top of y'all. Ladies are awesome, parties are cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just relax, man.
Make kids, go do something dope. Make them some cereal for
relax your mind, let your conscience be free. You now rolling with a game called TAGMG.
Bars, TAGMG for life.com.
Know where the bars at.
But
pay attention to what he said.
And that's like I said about this is not I stopped calling these an interview a long time ago because it got to the point to where it was just conversation. Yeah, we gonna sit and talk about what you got going on.
Ask some questions.
We
like talking to you. Everybody else is nosy. They nosy.
I don't need to be nosy. That's my thing. I don't need to be.
Tell you anyway for free.
Right.
You in the mix, though. So you can't. You part of the story.
And it's like because we not out there like that,
Right.
So people when we get to them people, they're like, y'all too quiet. I know y'all got some dirt, so they're gonna try their hardest.
No, just keep our name silent. You know what I'm saying? What they say about a lot of people, I haven't heard.
I was kind of mad at the last interview that she had to be certified. You know what I'm saying? We bust out certified. We bought them on certified.
What does that?
What it means? I'll ask them. I just know we certified.
We stank.
Trust, you good. Trust.
In every location. We
Shout
not
out
just
to chill street niggas that don't even try to advertise all that shit in everybody's faces. They ain't all about that.
Well, what
Right.
They want to
Why
try
you making it so high?
yeah.
Right. That's my like.
That's not important.
You know, I had.
That's why I said like I don't ask questions
Gangsters
like
love us.
you know
Street niggas love us.
I'm confused at that.
Be
But
yourself.
That was early.
Be yourself.
When
Stop
we
trying
first
to
came
get
out. That's how we. That's literally when we were first out. Like around. Now I don't even do years, but when we was out early, like that's the only that's the only way we navigated. We went through every trap spot that you could go through and ripped every single show set what we wanted. We was even with the DVDs that started to show the city. We're on those DVDs.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like
all facts.
all facts.
But that street stamp don't mean shit. It
At the end of the day, what's that stamp gonna do for you?
Nothing.
Who got a pension after they quit the drug game?
a whole lot of gang shit.
Who got that?
No
Who
colors
got that?
when we mob.
You see what it did to
come
Carmelo
check.
Anthony when he was in that Stop Snitching? He got so much hate for that. You know what I'm saying? Just because he wanted to show that he was stamped. You
my
know what I'm
thing.
saying? Shout out to Carmelo Anthony though. That's my favorite basketball player.
But see, and that's why see
No.
maybe that's the whiteness in me. I don't know. But you know, I
My God, that's
but you know, maybe that's just like that's not something that I would ask because for one, maybe because I know y'all and I know that that's not what you represent.
Yeah, we don't represent that.
You know what I mean?
enough people doing that. Why don't you try to be something different and promote something?
You know, that's like when it's cool to like you guys rep Fulton. We know this.
Some of us.
300,
You know what I mean?
1800, 300.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I always like regardless. I'm not from Baltimore. When I came to Baltimore, where did I live? I lived on Poplar Grove for almost 7 years. I moved to the worst neighborhood in the city. After one of my friends who's a police officer said, please don't move there.
Yeah.
He said, move down, because he patrolled down Edmondson Avenue, down in that way. And he was like, come move down to where I patrol. He was like,
but like,
move
that's
down.
still a little dangerous there.
Yeah, but he was like, but at least I'll be patrolling there, you know.
Yeah.
So, but
Shoot somebody for you.
No, I live in Frederick, okay?
What?
Shout out to Frederick. But I tell people I'm from Baltimore, and it's like they get this perception like I'm a guy that's from the streets. I'm like I had this one girl told where I was working at that I'm like about that life. Like I carry guns and shit like that. Scale a whole bunch of girls, you know what I'm saying? Well, all your girls, like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about that life, you know what I'm saying?
But I
How many people did you kill?
He might duck on you.
Right.
He might duck on you.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just love ladies, you know what I'm saying? So holla at me.
Yeah,
Just saying.
the neighborhood we from, they raise some cool. We move differently. It's about.
It's not about that, man. We do things differently.
But see,
It's love.
it's like I try to
Something.
see. It's like I try to tell my mother. Yeah, when I was on Papa Grove, there's a lot of stuff happened. But after I let the drug dealers know I wasn't scared of their asses, and I wasn't for none of their bullshit, they became my family. They really did. To this day, they still my family. You know, what they do is what they do. I just didn't want them to do it on my property or be around my car because I didn't want my car and my house to be confiscated because of something they were doing.
So throw the whole house away.
Right. So, you know, when I came in the scene and they were like, where do you live at? Poplar Grove. What?
So when you coming over?
You know, I've had Hugger had been to my house in Poplar Grove. EC Frank Lewis, he'd been to my house. Draco had been to my house. Bomb had been to my house, of course. You know, there was only a few people who they came over to my house most of the time, and everything had to do with music except for Bomb because that's family. You know, he needed somewhere to. He was on that side of town, couldn't get over where he was living at, so he just spent the night or whatever. So, you know, but I never give that persona. I would never ask anybody about being certified.
Yeah.
You in the music scene. What the fuck does being certified got to do with?
At least you certified. You lived in PG
for
7 years. You survived a whole year.
You know, I was, like I said, I tell people all the time, I was the only white face around there. I went up with the main guy. They were having a little block party out there. This is like, I've been there for about a year. They had a block party. I was on the phone with my husband who was down in Suitland at his aunt's house. I answered the door. He was like, what the fuck is all that noise? I said, they having a block party here. I told you that. They've been having this block party all day. So my neighbor, I was watching her kids that night. So her son came over, rang my doorbell, opened the door up. So I'm on the phone. I'm waiting for him to bring his little brother over and, you know, everything. So I'm on the phone. Somebody told the guy I was on the phone with the police. You ain't got to call no motherfucking police. I said, bitch, ain't nobody calling no fucking police. Don't you cussing me? Bitch, you cussing me. They holding him back. I was like, let that motherfucker go. You act like I ain't never been hit before. I was like, let him go. So then his brother came up and he was just drunk. I was like, why would I call the police? Y'all been out here all fucking day. My kid's been out here with y'all. I said, so why would I call the police?
You think I waited till man?
So
I waited like 5 people walking.
about a couple days later, I was outside, he walked up, he said, can I talk to you? I was like, it's a free country. So he was like, I apologize. I was like, I appreciate that. So we were talking or whatever. He was like, I appreciate you before calling the police, you talk to me about my guys if they cause any problem, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know what, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this. I said, but if it's not handled, then I'm going to call the police. So we had a couple little hiccups, had to call the police a couple times.
So that guy called the police.
Yeah. But he told me, he was standing there, he said, you're not like other white people. I said, what do you mean? He was like, because you're not scared of us. What the fuck I got to be scared of y'all for? I lived in an all black town. It was just me and another white lady. What the fuck I got to be scared of y'all for?
I love white ladies.
Right.
You left her ass with her because that's how she doing.
No, she moved before I did. No, because the town that my children's father's from is all black.
She said, "Fuck this."
No, because I got my voucher to move, and I moved right over here to Baltimore. Oh no, she ended up moving.
That's what I said. She said, "Fuck this." I'm out.
Voucher came in, so shit's been fun.
But like that, like people tell me all the time, oh, you live on place, yeah, you certified. Yeah, I don't see the validation. Like you said, that doesn't mean nothing to me.
I'm certified on like Billboard charts. So
hey,
okay. What a lot of people don't realize, what a lot of people don't realize, talking about Billboard charts, is Bomb was on Billboard charts back when he had the song Lean. You know what I mean? And that was with no radio play from 92Q. He was doing the FYI tours, FYE tours down in Atlanta, and then he did them up here. What was it? Mondawmin. He did Security, and somewhere else he did a few of them. But he did all those tours, and that's how he got his on the Billboard charts. You know what I mean? So
you got the game between retail.
That's like I tell people all the time. And then there's if you all ever get to go to New Orleans, please try to get a trip. Try to get a trip to New Orleans. Go to a place called Peaches Records. Peaches is the one who helped No Limit and Cash Money get their sound scans, and she's still helping artists today. She's still helping them today. We went down there when David Banner was down there. I didn't know David was going to be there. We went down there in February. I got introduced to her, and Mia X was there, and that's where I met Dancing Dan and Nick from Instagram. They were there. So they were all there. And then we went down there again because we were going to go to Peaches, and that's when we found out that David Banner was going to be there. As soon as we walked in, she looked at me, she said, I'm so glad you came back. I was like, well, damn, lady.
I plugged. You don't know everybody.
So, but she's very instrumental in helping people, and she's like I said, she's still helping artists down there.
Thank you for that valuable information. That's the kind of information we like.
But I'm telling you, like if you get Peaches Records, look it up. I took pictures. But it's like you don't find many places. There's no I don't think that there's anybody here in Baltimore that does stuff like that. That
You're gonna be the people
I try to be that person. I try to help, and like I said, I try to keep connections.
Miss Bridget actually, her class actually helped me out. I mean, it filled in the blanks with stuff that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
And and I was mad about that because a lot of people didn't take advantage of her.
They didn't.
Like, yeah, you had to pay some money, but you were getting so much. You get so much information from her.
It was worth it.
Right.
It ain't free.
Right. Right. Yeah, I paid for it.
How the fuck
And she give you a big book. She give you a big textbook. I mean, like a loose leaf notebook of everything you need, contracts, everything you need to know. You know, stuff I already knew, but it filled in the blanks of stuff that I didn't know.
Right. And that, like I said, that goes back to when I was saying about, you know, having your copyright in your ASCAP or BMIs, and like I was telling somebody, one of my daughter's friends, her boyfriend, he raps, and he's down in South Carolina. And she was like, I want to try to help him. What do I need to do? I said, first of all, he needs to have a BMI or an ASCAP. He was just like, well, how do I do it? So I gave her the link to ASCAP. I said, start here, because you know it's not like, you know, you can go and click on something and, you know, it tells you everything. You have to really do some research on things, because if you look at my search bar on my computer at home, I got something about copyright, trademarks. I got websites.
Tabs. Oh, don't get me started.
You know what I mean? bookmarks for all kinds of different things dealing with the music scene. And like I said, I don't do music, but Bridget's the one who told me, Lisa, you need to get your publishing because of the things that I write. You know, I've written like poems and stuff like that.
Radio, if you had to ask at the publisher, you get your
See, and like, you know, I never think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as an artist, you're supposed to already know, you know, you're already supposed to be on that. But if nobody's ever...
They got, artists got to stop, they got to put more money into the business rather than putting all that money into making a whole album. Put a little bit of money into making a song, put the rest of the money into the business. You know what I'm saying? They come back and do the album.
Okay, this is something that I've never asked anybody, but it's been coming at me a lot lately. When do y'all think that an artist needs a manager? When do they need one?
It's too much to manage.
I mean, like,
first of all, they got managers
interest.
Because I keep getting people wanting me to manage them. I keep getting people asking me, do you know any managers? Of course, the only one I know is Bridget. She's not taking any more people or anything that I know of. And she's the only one that I know that does.
First of all, let me say this. As a old manager myself. So look, first of all, like I said, you got, as an artist, you gotta be able to manage yourself.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? You gotta be on top of your time management and all of that stuff. You gotta be the manager can't really outwork the artist. The manager can't go harder than the artist. The manager can't want it more than the artist.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? The manager is there to take care of those tail end things and really be the what do you call that? The liaison, or you know, to really connect the dots between the artist and then other executives or booking or stuff like that.
Right.
You know, the manager just take that weight off of the artist. But the artist has to come up with the work. You feel what I'm saying? The artist has to have the drive and ambition. The artist really had to, you know, the manager, it ain't enough for the manager to really, you know, put stuff.
Set up a meeting for you or something.
Yeah, you know. I mean, that's stuff that the manager can do, but at the same time, like, I don't know, the artist got to work just as hard as the manager.
Plus, educate yourself on what a manager really does.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't even know that. They think the manager, they want the manager to run the label.
Exactly.
To be the label guy.
Or like the manager, like they look at the manager like the water boy.
and I asked that question because, like I said, I've had a lot of people come to me, because Hayes from Black Steph keeps telling me all the time I'm their manager. I'm not their manager.
You know who would be an awesome ass manager? And I say this for years. Billy Live. If Billy Live wanted to be a manager a few years ago, I would have ran with him to be my manager.
Right.
Hands down, no question.
Right.
Because I see how he moves and he hustles and puts people in position. The manager should be willing to put you in position. After all the work will put you in position.
Yeah. The manager talk that talk for
and
you.
That's why I had somebody hit me up about
shout out to Swim Brock.
Shout out to Swim, best manager in the world. Shout out to Swim.
I had somebody ask me about being somebody's manager, or that he needed a manager or something, and I was like, well, why does he think that he needs a manager? You know, my thought, I need a manager. Like, I have a booking agent, and the only reason why I have a booking agent is because of what happened a few months ago, and she was like, You're not doing any other thing and nothing else for free. Fuck that. You're not doing nothing else for free. If they want you at their event, they're gonna have to go through me. And I was like, okay, cool. So, but as far as a manager, the only reason why I think I would need a manager in my business is if I had too many, like Poet said, if I had too much going on and I needed somebody to keep track of my bookings, keep track of this, keep track of that, you know, somebody that, you know, okay, Lisa, well, we got, you know, you got a meeting with this person, you got to, you know.
But then the title changes. You have an assistant.
Right.
You know,
so that's why I look at a lot of local underground artists, and when they start talking about, you know, I see them on Facebook all the time talking about I need a manager. Why do you need a manager? Because I'm not seeing you being booked for a whole bunch of shows. I'm not seeing you being like you can't manage it yourself. What do you need a manager for? Because they don't know what a manager is. Put that phone up on the table.
Yo, listen, this is crazy. This was my entrance into what I was about to say. I think there's two big things, a difference between a manager and an artist. Managers are people.
Mm-hmm.
Artists are for the people.
Right.
Now, you can have both, but the manager has to be people. What they do is understand relationships.
Right.
They understand the dynamic of that artist because how they view things like that. You know what I mean? It's like they worldly view it. So if you can't do both, then you can't even look at what you can manage. Because that manager knows what you can and can't manage from the beginning. Are they willing to put that work in? That's different.
Right.
That's a fill it out kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But managers are people and artists are for the people.
Right. Because I like Dro was saying, you know, about, you know, doing the work. Like if I'm an artist manager, then my thought is my primary duty is there's shows and stuff that, you know, paid shows. Because why am I gonna keep pushing you to do something, you know, that's not paid? Even if it's paid off of ticket sales. Yeah. That's cool. You're getting paid, so that's a foot in the door. Yeah. You know, so
the manager get paid when the artist get paid.
Right. Yeah. So if the artist ain't getting paid, you know, and that's another thing that a lot of these artists don't understand. That you gotta pay the manager. You know, I don't care if I'm your homegirl or not. I'm doing a job that you're supposed to
put everything on paper.
Right.
Yes.
So, you know, that's why I needed to ask that question to you guys, because you guys have been in this scene for a while, and you know everything, and like I needed to know when do artists think that they need, you know, because me personally, a lot of these artists that are saying they need a manager, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
You remember how George Bush had everything like messed up? He was like, he gonna spend like the next 4 years cleaning that up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think a manager wants to sit there and just catch you while you're just kind of stumbling and try and help
catch you while you're lagging.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, I ain't really doing nothing, but I need a manager. You can stop.
That's what I say. That's why I say you got to manage yourself first.
Yeah, you got to manage yourself.
You know, I mean, it's like, I'm not saying that Black said, because Hayes just says that because of stuff that I get them beats and stuff. Like he'll be like, can you get this beat for me? Can you do this? You know, that's cool. That's because we're friends. We're friends. So I don't mind doing that. You know, I go to shows and, you know, stuff like that. But like my idea of a manager is somebody that helps you
generate income.
Yeah, and move to the next level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you've already gotten to through level 1. Yeah. Now level 2 is being able to get on paid shows, maybe even get on a couple little tours that are, you know, that you're going to get paid some ticket sales or whatever, you know, to the next level to get you know.
Well, shit, that's a conversation me and Swin just had, because, you know, Swin Rock has been my manager. He actually takes care of a couple of
right.
You know, when we did the TAGMG company, you would think naturally Swin would be right there. But I told him to fall back. Let us see what we can do on our own to build it all up. We just had a conversation because I'm at to a point now. We need the next step now.
Right.
I didn't waste this time letting us like, I'm helping build a website. I don't need it for that. We can do it ourselves.
Right.
Now everything's clocking and moving for itself. Now it's like, all right, now we need the next step. This is what I need your help at now.
Right.
Like,
because if somebody is a real manager, because I've seen these so-called managers out here and they really don't do, I don't know what they just got the manager behind their name that they put there. So, like, that part of the business, I don't know. You know, like I said, I've had a few people come to me, at least I want you to be my manager. No. Why? I said, because motherfuckers don't listen.
Facts.
Motherfuckers don't listen.
I was managing and never advertised myself as a manager, ever.
Right. Right. I knew.
Some people knew. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Just not.
But, you know, like, there's certain aspects of you know, people don't understand. Like, when you go from, and I hate to use the word local. That's why I usually say local underground. Because it's underground.
Right.
You know, so when they go from that local underground part to getting your name out there a little bit more. You know, like you saying, you get views from all over. You know what I mean? That's what you're supposed to do. My thing has always been, this is what I used to tell artists all the time. You get a core base in your hometown. You're not going to get everybody to like you. You're not going to get everybody to be your fan. But you get that core fan base and you're cool.
As much as you can. That's the goal.
And then then you get out there because the people at home aren't going to love you until you make it. We all know this. They're not going to, when England starts giving you views and giving you, money for your albums and, everybody else in the world is doing, then, I mean, you could probably go and ask any of the industry artists and they'll tell you the same story.
Funny thing is, I think one of the most important things about remembering what fans are is like, what are we trying to accomplish? We're trying to accomplish being a part of the culture, right? How are you a part of the culture? You're not a part of the culture just because somebody said they fuck with you. You're not a part of the culture just because somebody said they don't fuck with you. Both opinions need to be there. They're present for you to be a part of the culture. So it doesn't matter that they don't mess with you. It's just in the beginning stages that can seem like something because you need majority rules and word of mouth to kind of kick it in. You feel me? But TAGMGforlife.com. Did the waves go up when I did that? But still though, like, I get excited about that. Like, I'm wired for everything that can make you sad to make you happy. Because the moment, as an artist, that moment happens where everybody can crumble or feel bad, it's my opportunity to express it to other people so I can really help, like, me times a million. You know what I'm saying? So as long as these people in the barbershops and different places saying, yo, TAGMG this, and somebody go, fuck, no, you crazy. That's forever. Because like Jada Kiss, if you're gonna argue that he's top 5 forever, what are we talking about? You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what we're trying to accomplish. It's not that's the outside perspective, not the artist.
And it's just like when I was talking to somebody and they had their video on and they had it posted and everything, and like they were looking at the comments. Worst thing, I can't do that. Because I see negative comments, I get pissed the hell off. But
I like them.
But you know what?
Hit the like button.
They gave you that damn view.
They had to get it out there.
And then somebody, they said something, they said something negative. So somebody who's just reading the comments, they're gonna say, well, let me go and look at this video and see what's going on. So that's another view. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right.
Controversy sells.
You don't get that though. People show
Don't
us
it?
Controversy and sex.
So I had to learn that for one, is that, that whole negative, because I was in a video years ago and somebody said something about, she got her mother in the video. Bitch, I'm not that bitch's mother. What the hell you talking about?
Tough skin is important.
And I was like, I'm not even gonna say anything because somebody gave that view to that video.
Yeah, I'll be in London next week. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I had to learn.
And people don't talk to us, but they gave us that view though.
Some people are only comfortable interacting that way.
And some people are only comfortable being trolls anyway.
Hey, that's cool because like he just said, analytics. I watch numbers daily, and we can see who subscribe, who like this, where they from. I can see. Shout out to Wix because I got an app on my phone. I can see you live on my website and how much time you spending on the website.
Right.
So people be like, yeah, I was on your website. No, you wasn't. You know what I'm saying? No, you wasn't. I can see,
or like you get 12 views on a video on Instagram, and you get 20 likes on it.
Yeah.
But you only got 12 views.
Yeah.
I'm bad about that because I be seeing shit. I be liking it.
You know, some of it's direct too. Some of these people are so like nervous and nerve-wracking. You gotta think when you like something, that's a direct impact. You make a direct wave.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want you to know that you just liked it and they're gonna go to your page. Some people want to just look at it and you gotta go back to see if somebody viewed something. You feel me? So it's not, the impact isn't there. Whereas us as artists want to impact you right away. Some people nervous. They think about that like that. So.
That's like I have a blog that I write every now and again where I've done reviews and stuff like that, or talk about.
I had one too.
And to look at my numbers on there and to look at the countries that was looking at my blog,
Brazil and
Europe, Russia,
Russia,
Japan is always in there. All of them.
And then on this YouTube, on my YouTube, like I did the same thing where I can look and see, the same thing. How many minutes were viewed and all like that in the different countries. If Russia looked at one of my videos for only a few minutes, thank you. I appreciate you.
Man, I've been seeing Turkey and Australia, a bunch of shit.
I have a Ghana on here one time.
That's what's up.
Shout out to Craig O'Gidim's Trap Rock Archives. That's our blog, RoyalRacks.com.
Usually I'll post stuff up, and it's really not to say, see what I'm doing. Yeah. It's just, I'm just an insignificant person. And this is what I'm doing. Can you imagine what you would be doing if you would push your music, if you would just push what you do? Because I have a problem with people who I used to go so hard for these artists, but they weren't going hard for themselves.
That's yeah.
And then I would be like, let me know. Are you this just a hobby? Yeah. This just a hobby, let me know. It's cool. That way I know, I can push, I can share your music and all, but I'm not going to continuously share it. I'm not going to continuously share that one song. I'm not going to keep pushing because this is just a hobby for you.
Right.
So I can be, sharing somebody else's stuff who's really, really trying to get out there. Because I do have people, I have actually had friends out in Washington State, in Texas, I have, all over the United States, everywhere, Florida, everywhere. Because,
Millie Rocket.
Because when me and my husband, when we met, he had a lot of friends that he knew online or whatever, and they became my friends. So every time I share something, there's a good possibility they're going to listen to it, or they're going to watch it, or they're going to, what I mean? So it's always genuine. But there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of...
So where's the bathroom? Because I genuinely have to...
Go straight...
Hey, we tapping out, Lisa.
Go straight through the other door and look straight. Go
I feel like I'm in school.
Go through that door.
Hey, TAGMG for life.com.
You'll see it.
Bitch.
Yeah, I know, because it's 9:13. It's 9:13. Y'all done made up for the like 15 minutes. That
we made up for that like an hour ago. Yeah. TAGMG for life.com. Can I turn this on?
About to spit some bars from here.
What? I got something for you.
Shout out to Lisa.
Shit. Now playing. Oh. You still on?
Oh, you want me to sit?
You still on?
This is still on.
I know where I'm from. I know they respect it. I'm thinking all kinds of things, and as I hop out of the business, Juice, I feel like Omar when his mama was upset because the music was too loud, and I guess that I'm too deaf. So don't give an F. I'm passing to the left. Good night.
Give the website for the 900th million times.
TAGMG for life.com.
Don't worry now.
Number 4.
The flood.
4.
Flood.
Don't worry now. Only
Thank
$5.99.
you guys for coming through.
Thank you, Lisa.
Next week I have on Facebook, his name is I think Kyle Moon, but I know him as the Mighty Oz. He got like 15 different names. He with Frank Lewis. He done been on
Shout out to Frank Lewis.
all kinds of stuff.
You got our life.
Shout out to everybody.
So I will see y'all next week. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Rappers, don't be so tough.